68,000 plus in Philadelphia, and this game brought to you in high definition by Sony. Norv Turner in his second year with the Raiders. Grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, former head coach at Washington, so he knows the environs well. Played the Eagles twice a year while head manning the Skins. And Andy Reid in his 7th season, now the winningest coach in Philadelphia history. Grew up in Los Angeles in the shadows of Dodger Stadium. Used to sell chocolate malts at Dodger Stadium and carry his Steve Yeager glove with him, a catcher in high school. Randy Moss from Minnesota. 418, he said, his first year as a rookie with the Vikings, and that's why he selected 1-8. And the reverse of that, 8-1, Terrell Owens from San Francisco a year ago. You know of his travails this year. Was kicked out of training camp for a week by Andy Reid, but Reid says, I love the guy. I understand he just wanted more money. Donovan McNabb, he and Owens may not talk much verbally, but they sure talk with that football. He knows how to get it to a star. The Raiders won the toss, will receive. Their rookie from Boise State, Chris Carr, along with Doug Gabriel, stand deep. We'll watch David Akers, a right hamstring injury, and there was some doubt as to whether or not he would be able to play, but he's in there and sends a good spinner down to Carr at the 5. And he's wrestled down at the 25-yard line by Jason Short. Strong-armed Kerry Collins directs the Raiders offense. Collins is now the 25th quarterback in NFL history to throw for at least 30,000 yards. First pick of Carolina back in '95.
On the kicking team, number 21. That penalty will be assessed 5 yards. Will re-kick.
So they're going to re-kick, and meanwhile Akers, running down after that kickoff, is being helped off the field. That's not a good sign for the Eagles. Remember, Mark Semino, a linebacker, had to kick an extra point last week.
Well, David Akers, a left-footed kicker here, gets into the football. Remember, it's his right hamstring. And did you see his leg buckle right there as he planted his right leg? Akers kicked during the week. He kicked on Friday completely pain-free. And wait a minute now, is he going to come back out and kick off again? Well, that is about as fast a recovery as a guy can undergo. The way he looked going off looked like he needed help to get off the field, and
that looked like a serious hammy, didn't it?
30 seconds later, he's back out.
Well, coaches often will explain that. He's a kicker, isn't he?
It almost looked like his ankle rolled over. It looked like he planted it very awkwardly. And you talk about a mindless penalty. Being offsides on a kickoff is one of the worst penalties in football. It's just, there's no excuse for it. There's nothing to draw you offsides. It's just a lack of concentration, and you make the other 10 guys sprint all the way down the field again and give your opponent a chance for a big play. It's a frustrating penalty.
Let's see, Dan, how big a difference it makes. The Raiders had it at the 25. Now they tee it up at the Eagle 25 after the 5-yard mark off.
And Akers is hurt on top of it.
And let's see how much he gets into this one. Carr and Gabriel sneak up closer to the 10-yard line. A little more gingerly there, wasn't he? And he line drives one down.
And another flag.
And Carr, 32-yard line. And Akers, now that's amazing that he'd come back out and try. He's agonizing in pain.
And another flag has been thrown. Not only is Akers hurt, but penalized again. I believe are going to be the Eagles.
Look at that. They barely got to the ball.
Offside on the kickoff, number 75. That penalty will be assessed 5 yards. Re-kick.
They're going to re-kick it again. Now, when's the last time we've seen 3 kickoffs to start the game?
Well, give David Akers a lot of credit for toughing it out. But you got the rest of the season to think about now. You just can't blow your hamstring to the point where it might be a 3 or a 4 month injury.
Yeah, this isn't an average placement kicker. No. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, one of the very best in the entire NFL. Last season set a record with 17 field goals from 40 yards or longer. There's your backup emergency kicker, Bartram, also their long snapper. So Bartram will do the best he can. longtime veteran, made a living snapping the ball and one of the most accurate in the business.
Well, I'm not good at forecasting, Dick, but I can forecast one thing. I'll bet you that John Harbaugh, the special teams coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, is apoplectic. 2 offsides to start a game.
Let's go down to Armin.
You know, Dick, I talked to David before the game, and he told me he was definitely not 100%. And what he said came true. He said, my biggest concern here is on the kickoffs. He goes, I have to be careful. Obviously, he just didn't have enough left in that right leg. Back to you.
All right, Armin, maybe we can find out who will try extra points. Will it be Bartram or Semino? And they're just a ball if it goes out of bounds. And now the mark-off penalty will give the Raiders the ball at the 50-yard line. Out of bounds on a normal kickoff from the 30. It's the 40, but they've been penalized twice for offside, so the Raiders start this game at the 50.
Kickoff out of bounds on the kicking team. That ball will be put in play 30 yards from where the kick took place. It'll be 1st and 10 for Oakland on the 50-yard line.
Well, Norv Turner couldn't want it any better than that. Let's take a look at the Raider offensive line. Up front, Mammoth Robert Gallery, last year's #1 pick. He'll be trying to block Javon Curse, and acquired from the Jets, Lamont Jordan leads in yards rushing and in number of catches with 11. Zach Crockett joins him in the backfield. That's Jerry Porter in motion. Moss is to the left of the formation. Jordan for a couple and another flag. Kalu and Trotter collaborate on the tackle, and the linesman across the way toss the flag. Larry Nemmer's a busy voice already.
Defense, number 98. Offside, 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Rookie Mike Patterson replacing Darwin Walker, a bit too eager. The Eagles defense has allowed only 17 points, forced 6 turnovers. Curse a tear on the edge. Jeremiah Trotter, the run stopper in the middle. And Brian Dawkins, 26 career interceptions, 22 forced fumbles. On that back 4 for Dawkins, one of the game's best safeties. Here's Jordan again, stacked up after a yard gain on 1st and 5. Keith Adams, the tackler.
Lamont Jordan is going to have to be the guy for Oakland today, because they know going in, if they're to win this football game, they have to run the ball effectively. They are terrorized by the thought of a 3rd and long situation, as well they should be, because of Jimmy Johnson's blitz package. They want to give the ball to Lamont Jordan, and hopefully he has a 100-plus yard day.
That's Moss, bottom of your picture, the only wide out on 2nd and 4. Play action by Collins, and throwing deep, complete to the tight end, Courtney Anderson, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Wrestled down by Dhani Jones. Good catch by the big tight end.
Well, Kerry Collins had a chance to look around the field after the play action, and he quickly identifies single coverage. He sees what he wanted, the matchup he wanted, his tight end against Dhani Jones. Courtney Anderson, keep in mind, is 6 feet 7 inches tall. Dhani Jones is 6'1". The mismatch favored Oakland. They capitalized.
1st and goal for the Raiders. Jordan with 2 tight ends, Anderson and Flemister. 36 yards on the play. Jordan. And that Eagle defense stout against the run. Rookie Mike Patterson from Southern Cal, their #1 pick, along with N.D. Kalu, throwing their shoulder-to-shoulder stop against the runner Jordan.
Well, Patterson gets his first start today, and that gets the jitters out of there a little bit. That's N.D. Kalu. This is, of course, where they shine. But, okay, you get that first hit out of the way. You jumped off sides on your first play. Now you settle down a little bit and play ball.
No gain, 2nd and goal. Collins into the flat to Jordan. And he is in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Lamont Jordan, who leads Oakland with 11 catches in the first 2 games, and that's his first touchdown reception as a Raider.
Well, when Norv Turner is looking around for backs to add to this offense, he knew he had to have a pass receiver. And that is one of the things you get with Lamont Jordan. Soft hands and good open field instincts after the catch. You can see not only did he make the catch, but he had awareness of what was in front of him, made the Eagles miss, and boy, what a beginning for Philadelphia.
Sebastian Janikowski with the extra point. So the Raiders benefit from starting their opening series at the 50. They get a 36-yard touchdown, or a 36-yard pass that leads to the 8-yard touchdown to Jordan.
Well, well. Looks like it's double credit time. Only at Southwest.com. Just go to Southwest.com to book an everyday low fare and earn double Rapid Rewards credit. And it's only when you fly by November 17th.
You are now free to move about the country.
Always smooth. Right from the start. Always refreshing. Time after time. The days are heating up. And the Bud Light is just right. Bud Light. Great taste for your great times.
Every coated Angus wrapper scores you Gridiron Extras, like a free day of NFL Sunday ticket from DirecTV. Long live the King.
This is where you come every day, huh?
For 11 years.
I would have killed myself 10.5 years ago. I'm dusting off some of my old tricks because I find that it relaxes patients.
I can picture that. Gee, that trick was so delightful, I don't even notice his camera down my esophagus.
Part of the early story for the Eagles, David Akers, their Pro Bowl kicker, limping off the field back to the Eagles locker room. We'll see how that impacts this game. It already has. Raiders Sebastian Janikowski. He kicks it off. Wynn and Hood are deep. It goes to Dexter Wynn, the former Colorado State star, and he is toppled shy of the 20-yard line. And so an early start for the Raiders. An 8-yard touchdown. Collins to Jordan. 7-0.
The Chevy employee discount for everyone is counting down. It absolutely ends Friday, September 30th. Time is running out to get employee pricing on every 2006 full-size truck. From Chevy, the #1 selling cars, trucks, and SUVs in America. Right now, the 2006 Silverado half-ton regular cab WT starts for less than $16,200. Hurry, it all ends Friday. See your local Chevy dealer today.
You the help desk? What seems to be the problem, officer? Traffic. Traffic? Traffic. What do you need? What do you got? I got wireless sensors and congestion flow modeling. What'll it do? Cut down traffic. Will it work? Works. Nice work. Just doing my job. Have a nice day.
Goodbye, TV. DLP Picture Technology is here. It'll change the way you see HD TV. DLP technology from Texas Instruments. Be sure your next TV has it.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, one taste and you get it. And by Chevy, the new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Well, if you're linebacker Keith Adams, you're over here faking a blitz. The worst thing that can happen to you is if Lamont Jordan goes the other direction, because you're already 2 or 3 yards behind him. And that's what happened right there. The Raiders made a call that flew opposite of Adams and where he was, and there's no way he could make it up.
McNabb comes out in a pass formation and completes it to Brian Westbrook for 4 yards. They get 5. Donovan McNabb, sore chest and all. Remember, he was injured in the Atlanta game to open the season. Came back last week, 5 touchdown passes against the 49ers. McNabb, and Dan, you pointed out, only 28 years old. It's hard to believe. He seems like he's been around for 15 years. He's been such a dominant player.
I think part of that is just his presence, to be in his. He's so mature. He just seems like he's been playing this game for 10 or 12.
Play action, and McNabb rolling out of the pocket and almost intercepted. As coming up quickly from the secondary was Ronaldo Hill, 5-year back from Michigan State. Here's the offensive line for the Eagles. Veteran John Runyon anchors that line. They average nearly 340 a man, and Brian Westbrook, speaking of average, is averaging 5 yards a carry and 5 catches a game. Westbrook only 5'8" and 203, made his first Pro Bowl last year. He's out of nearby Villanova. Now, 3rd down for the Eagles, and a long 4. That's a time. Fired down the middle, incomplete, intended for Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens was open at the 40, but had to dive and couldn't quite pull it in. So the Eagles 3 and out. And a kick for Philadelphia, Dirk Johnson. Last year, his net average, they don't return many on this guy, 37.4 was the best in 28 years here in Philadelphia. And this year, they have not allowed a yard to be returned on a punt until right now, as Chris Carr heads up the sidelines and twisted out of bounds at the Raider 45-yard line. 40 yards on the punt, 9 on the return. With 11:18 remaining in the first quarter, it's the Raiders on top, 7-0.
Sprint Business is reinventing the yes man, turning the yes man into someone who can work from almost anywhere. And now that Sprint and Nextel have come together, you can work in and out of the office more efficiently, the way 96% of the Fortune 1000 already do. So if saying yes from just about anywhere with speed and confidence makes me a yes man, I'm a yes man.
With Sprint Business, you can make just about any place a workplace. Yes, you can.
Fall in love with the rich, bold flavor, Dr. Pepper. One taste, and you get it.
They're right behind me.
I see him.
Go south.
Head for the roof.
That way! I sent the package overnight.
Should be there by 8:30.
Should be there? Trust me, he'll be there.
The most trusted color on earth. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Looking into an old murder.
No weapon, no suspects.
Case.
Welcome back to Philadelphia. We invite you to visit CBS Sportsline tonight for a complete wrap-up of all the day's action. It's only on CBSSportsline.com. Less than 4 minutes played in this opening quarter. The Raiders have a 7-0 lead and the ball back at their own 45. Little flanker screen goes out to Jordan, and Jordan weaving his way across the 45 to the Eagle 43 and a first down.
Well, Kerry Collins, by using a long snap count, got the Eagles to declare their blitz early. The 2 inside linebackers showed themselves early. It was picked up, and then Robert Gallery gets out in front, makes a block, and then Jordan does the cutback. I think that all started by Collins using a long snap count, and the Eagles a little premature in showing a blitz.
Jordan, a couple of catches already and a touchdown. Very proud of his pass receiving ability. And that's Porter caught in the backfield on the flanker reverse. Jerry Porter hit by Hollis Thomas. 7-0 here in Philadelphia. Let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel.
Dick and Dan, we take you to Chicago. Bengals more than half their points this year off turnovers. They intercept the Bears, and then Carson Palmer 18 yards to Chad Johnson. Cincinnati leads it 7-0 in the first.
Carson Palmer, the Heisman winner at Southern California, and he is maturing before our eyes. And those Bengals, 8-8 last year, look as if they're serious about this 2005 year. Randy Moss, top of your picture flank, and then Jordan in motion in that direction. And second down. Wide open is Moss. Knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Dawkins made the tackle, and we're going to go right back to New York in this NFL update.
Thank you, Dick. In St. Louis, the Titans have drawn first blood. McNair to Ben Troop, 16 yards. He'll make it to the end zone, and with the extra point, 7-0. Tennessee with the lead over the Rams in St. Louis.
Boy, and the Titans this year were supposed to be one of those teams so devastated by free agency that they weren't even going to be competitive. Guess what? They seem to be.
Yeah, and playing a team that's very tough to beat at home, the St. Louis Rams. 22 yards on that catch by Moss. First down at the 29. Give it to Lamont Jordan. Trapped in the backfield. Can't get free. And now swarmed as N.D. Kalu in the second wave makes the tackle along with Javon Curse. And things are happening in a hurry. Right back to New York.
All right, Dick, in Indianapolis, Edgerrin James from 2 yards out to break the scoreless tie. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the first, the Colts with a 7-0 lead on Cleveland.
All right, Greg, of course, the Colts, one of the 7 teams that start this weekend 2-0. Second down. And the pass incomplete. Was it deflected by one of the lines? Javon Curse might have, like a basketball defender, just deflecting the pass into the post.
Well, they were attempting to do a tight end screen to Courtney Anderson, and Anderson blocking Curse. It's all timing, and Curse, you're right, kind of got into the passing lane, forcing Kerry Collins to throw an awkward ball over to Anderson. Yes. And here's what the Raiders feared, Dick.
This is where you expect defensive coordinator Jim Johnson of the Eagles to bring an overload on a blitz, but they don't. Collins then throws out of bounds over the head of Jordan. Well, that leaves the Raiders about 50 yards for a field goal, and in comes Sebastian Janikowski.
Well, it appears right now that a long field goal is a luxury that belongs only to the Raiders this afternoon after the injury to David Akers, unless he makes some sort of a miraculous comeback.
Janikowski is 1 for 3. He's missed 2 outside the 40. This one 49 yards. It is sailing, hits the upright, no good, bounces back into the end zone.
And why is it that things like this seems to happen to 0-2 teams more than others? All sorts of leg, but not the direction.
Pro football. A game for the ear and the eye. A 3-hour carnival of color, sound, and action.
NFL Sunday Ticket provides the most NFL games anywhere, up to 200 in total, and it's only available from DirecTV.
For the player, victory makes the game glorious. For the fan, glory is the game.
Sign up now and get 4 free months of DirecTV's best programming package. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm waiting.
Come on, let's go.
Where?
Over there. What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry, you know what a skid plate is for? Off-road stabilizer bars? A locking rear differential? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Jerry!
Chevy Silverado, an American revolution.
When banks compete for your home equity loan, a great offer is just a phone call away. So at LendingTree.com, you can get up to 4 real offers in minutes, even if you have no equity in your home. Call now at 1-800-555-TREE. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com.
KFC's new flavor station lets you choose your own flavor, so you're in charge. Finally, get your wings dipped any way you want. Choose from 3 awesome sauces: new fiery buffalo, new sweet and spicy, or classic honey barbecue. Get 6 for $2.99 or 18 for $7.99. Be the boss. Choose your sauce at KFC.
Catch the Emmy-winning Amazing Race New Family Edition. Premieres CBS Tuesday.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by KFC's new flavor station. When your wings are dipped any way you want, you're in charge. Be the boss. Choose your sauce at KFC.
Janikowski, so reliable, but hits the upright 49 yards away. Last year he missed only 3 times all season. He's missed 3 already in 3 games this year. Donovan McNabb out of the shotgun. Underneath, deflected in the air, and Warren Sapp has recovered it. No, he did not pull it in. He had a chance for the interception, and as he met contact himself, it fell free, and that was close.
I can't believe Sapp would drop that. I wonder if someone knocked it out of his hand. I think Bobby Hamilton, number 98 to the left of your screen, is going to be the guy that tips it. Yeah, he does with his right hand, but Warren Sapp, very sure-handed. How the heck? You know, keep in mind, this is a guy that's played tight end on offense when he was in Tampa Bay. Boy, that's almost a sure thing for Sapp, and boy, it goes right through his hands.
He was a tight end when he went to Miami, Florida, as a freshman. That's Greg Lewis, the wide receiver, in motion, and now McNabb throws into the flat and overthrows the mark to Westbrook. Brian Westbrook, and some boos now start to cascade from the upper deck.
Again, beautifully set up, wonderful pass protection, a wide open receiver, and the ball just gets away from McNabb. It happens every now and then. Of course, Donovan's going to be upset about something like that. I don't know that it's time to start booing from the upper deck. One misfire, I don't. This game has a long way to go, and no running game yet for the Eagles.
3rd and 10. Here it comes. A pitch to the wide receiver, Lewis. And he's tackled. Good open field hit just short of the first down. That saved the first down. Nnamdi Asomugha, the right corner out of University of California, denied the first down.
Yeah, good tackle by Asomugha, but it was actually Donovan McNabb became the lead blocker on that. He got out there and got in the way, and that was a good looking play, just not good enough.
Now the Eagles yet to convert a first down as Carr drifts back to the 10, and Dirk Johnson's punt. He floats it high. Carr, he doesn't call for a fair catch. The kid is bold, the rookie out of Boise State. Tahani Jones makes the tackle at the 19. 7:37 remaining in the opening quarter, and the Raiders have a 7-0 lead.
I'm sure he wasn't ready for this photo shoot. This is how he...
Randy Moss, Terrell Owens. Moss has 1 catch for 22. Owens yet to pick off his first reception. Raiders 7-0. Midpoint first quarter. They start at their own 19. And
I think Robert Gallery, the right tackle, might have rocked back on his haunches a little bit.
False
start, offense number 76. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
You see Jaquay Thomas 75, and he reacts.
Yep, and you can't flinch on the other side with the intent of trying to draw the guy off. And really, Gallery was the first guy to move. That was his fault. And again, no position on the offensive line is tougher on the road than offensive tackle. You're the farthest removed from the quarterback. I know it doesn't seem like that extra 6 feet would be that much of a difference, but it is. Randy Moss down at the bottom.
1st and 15, and Collins cranks it toward the sideline, incomplete to Porter.
Well, Randy Moss, we'll keep an eye on both he and Terrell Owens today. You know, when he's away from the ball, you can see he's still drawing double coverage, although he's hardly expending a whole lot of energy coming off the ball. And here he is out of the slot working against Lito Shepherd. You notice when he thinks the ball's coming his way, there might be a little more glide in his stride, a little more pep in his step.
You got that. Energized when he hears his number. Give it to Jordan into the open field. 25 to the 28-yard line, just shy of the first down where Brian Dawkins wraps him up.
And all made possible by tight end Courtney Anderson. Watch to the right of your screen. 83, he just collapses right there. Look at that block. He just collapses the entire side of the Eagle defensive line. Courtney Anderson, they watch him to the, look how he just, there's nobody there. And with Lamont Jordan with the cutback, all of a sudden Dawkins is going, wow, how did he get clear down here without being challenged?
3rd down and 1 as Jordan continues to pick up key yardage. Zach Crockett in for Jordan, and he's been their short yardage power runner for the last several years. And Crockett, used often down on the goal line, here on 3rd and short, has the first down at the 30.
And Norv has to be so pleased that his team, at least in the early stages, has a ground game. He knows that he cannot win this game by dropping back the pass time after time against this Eagle defensive team. They're geared to stop it. It's what they see in practice every day. They're too good, but you can run.
Jordan stacked up. No gain as Dhani Jones, and the Eagles guessed right with the pressure coming up the middle on that play.
Yep, they did. They filled every gap from the center guard working their way out. And the Raiders didn't have a chance to audible out of it. Watch this. I'm sorry, there's just nobody in there. There's just every gap is occupied by a green jersey. But watch out, if Jim Johnson here feels he's got to commit the 8th guy up there to play the run, you know what that means with Randy Moss.
Moss to the top of your picture, Porter to the bottom. Down the middle to Porter, incomplete. Deflected by Sheldon Brown. Brown and Shepard, the 2 young cornerbacks who took the place of Troy Vincent and Bobby Taylor a couple of years ago, and they're becoming stars.
Well, 2 of the best young corners in the game, and that is beautifully played by Sheldon Brown. Making his move at the last minute to wrap around with the right hand and puts it right on the football. That is just textbook on how to defend by Sheldon Brown.
The Eagles defense, Stan, has allowed only 22% on 3rd down conversions. And here's a long 3rd and 10. How many will they bring on the blitz? Collins changing the play and now has to call time. So with 5:41 remaining in the opening quarter, it's still the Raiders by a touchdown. Outfought each other and knocked it away, and
it might be a Raider that got it though. Somebody came sliding back up, and it is Oakland keeps the ball.
Randy Moss, the man on the spot, saved a fumble recovery by the Eagles at the 35.
Randy Moss might have just saved the Raiders about 40 or 50 yards of field position. Kerry Collins right there put the ball away, but you can see Mike Patterson just put his hand right on it, and Randy Moss worked his way back. He was coming back to make a block when he saw his quarterback running and ended up having to be the recoverer of a fumble.
Here's the top punter in the National Football League the last 3 years, Shane Lechler. In fact, his average as a career kicker better than anyone in the history of the game. And it's Dexter Wynn. Did not fair catch the ball. He's to the 32-yard line. Tim Johnson made the tackle. A reminder, Wednesday, a new season of CSI New York. New style, new stories, new faces. CSI New York premieres this Wednesday, 9 Central on America's most watched network, CBS.
I like Gary Sinise. He's a heck of an actor.
Yeah, isn't he?
He is. Plus, I like anybody who played a character named Dan. He was Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump. It works for me.
I thought it'd be Captain Dan.
The Eagles, what would work for them would be at the very least a couple first downs.
They've been shut out so far, and Lamar Gordon now, the runner, giving Brian Westbrook a break. Josh Perry, the fullback. And it is to Gordon. And the ex-Dolphin knocked down at the 36-yard line by Charles Woodson. Woodson, the #1 pick back in '98 after his Heisman year at Michigan.
Well, the friendly confines are a term that defines when you love it at home. I would say Donovan McNabb likes it here at Lincoln Financial. 10-0 in his last 10 games here, including the postseason. Lots of production, almost 30 points a game. This team loves to be home. They remind me of the Patriots in that respect.
Brian Westbrook picking the hole. Flag down as Westbrook has enough for the first down. Ex-Eagle Derek Burgess, number 56, made the tackle, but referee Larry Nemmers signals
Number 72. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
in his 21st year. Nemmers, our referee, motivational speaker from Upper Iowa.
And Trey Thomas, the left tackle, gets flagged for the hold. He was at point of attack. The play was coming right behind him. And how about the Eagles? 5 penalties already, and we are still in the first quarter.
Normally it's as Andy Reid studies his notes, the Raiders that are plagued by penalties, leading the league again in most yards penalized, 233 at the start today. That's a lot to overcome. 233 yards in 2 games. Second down and 15 for McNabb. Good protection underneath to the tight end, L.J. Smith. Little John Smith. His dad, John Smith II. He's John Smith III. L.J.
Well, L.J. Smith is just taking that step into stardom in the National Football League. He's become a real favorite target of Donovan McNabb because he's got it all. He's got great size, got soft hands, and take a look, you know, how he has come along. Granted, Chad Lewis has been the primary tight end here, but watch this. This could be a 60 or a 70 reception year for Chad Lewis, for L.J. Smith rather. Now that Lewis is gone,
148 yards leads the tight ends in the NFL after 2 weeks. Underneath, complete, and it's right back. The same man, L.J. Smith, who played at nearby Rutgers.
Well, keep in mind that this guy, number 81, occupies a lot of people's attention in secondaries around the NFL. And if you take a guy like L.J. Smith, put him opposite Terrell Owens, he's going to have a lot of room to work. He's going to have, he'll always have single coverage because Westbrook gets double covered a lot coming out of the backfield, and Owens gets doubled all the time.
Randy Moss looks on. Let's see where Terrell Owens is. He's in the slot right as you give it to Westbrook. And the white jerseys block his path. Bobby Hamilton, former New England Patriot, and others to make the stop. You know, going back to L.J. Smith, and we watched them in practice, and if you didn't know he was a tight end, you would swear this is just a big wide receiver like Terrell Owens, the way he can gallop.
It's the way he moves, very fluid. Reminds me a lot of like a Tony Gonzalez in his athleticism. And you're right, when you look at him, if you don't have a frame of reference to see like a corner or a safety standing nearby, you would say that he moves and runs patterns like a wideout.
Lamar Gordon in the backfield to fake, double fake on the reverse, and the throw downfield complete from Greg Lewis, his first catch today. Wide receiver out of Illinois.
Now that was some nifty ball handling by McNabb. Talk about freezing some safeties. How about faking a reverse in both directions? And then outstanding pass blocking up front. And how about that strike? How about that strike? Did he get both feet down?
I don't think so. Maybe they ruled he was pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, he didn't get both feet down unless they ruled him being pushed out of bounds. Nifty fake by McNabb. Look at it. Oh, I do have the ball.
First down at the Raider 30, trailing 7-0 late in this opening quarter.
Here comes a challenge.
Norv Turner has tossed the red flag.
Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia took a timeout.
Timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Eagles trying to march toward a tying score.
Pro football.
And you can see he clearly just gets 1 foot in bounds, but because of the hit, the official on the sidelines did rule a force out, and that means you cannot review it. That call was critical there for the Eagles.
On first down then, Donovan McNabb steps up away from pressure, throws to Owens, and Terrell Owens has a first down at the 17. Charles Woodson with a tackle.
Well, in the NFL, for a good wide receiver, respect equals cushion. And that's exactly what Terrell Owens got right there from Charles Woodson, who's going to spend a lot of the day chasing number 81 around. He has deceptive speed, and Charles has got to give him room underneath. That's the difference between Moss and Owens. Owens will do a whole lot more of his work in front of the safeties. Moss would rather work behind.
Owens in motion. McNabb rolls the other way. And then it lobs it, intercepted by a big lineman. This time Sapp does hang on. Warren Sapp, 7 times a Pro Bowler, and he filtered his way in the middle of that short toss. A flag is down at the 5-yard line, however, and let's see if this is going to count.
Pass interference, number 83. Penalty is declined. First down, Oakland.
Greg Lewis called for offensive pass interference, so of course that.
Well, Donovan, Dick, on the scramble is trying to get the ball to L.J. Smith. And on the move, you have to try to anticipate where your guy is going because it's all improv now. And I don't know where he thought Lewis was going, where Smith rather was going, but he threw it way behind him.
That ends a long streak for McNabb in the red zone, not throwing an interception. In fact, he was number 1 among active quarterbacks and not giving it away in the red zone.
Was that ball tipped? I think Tyler Brayton actually might have gotten a hand on that ball.
On first down, the toss to Jordan. Tackled in the backfield for a 6-yard loss. Jeremiah Trotter.
Well, perfectly read by Jeremiah Trotter. And that's a middle linebacker's job. If he sees a hole, away he goes.
And that 6-yard loss will be the final play of the opening quarter. 1 quarter in the books, 7-0 Oakland.
1 strike.
Down for a Raider touchdown.
And now from the city of brotherly love, the second quarter.
Okay, Ben, we're with you. They're celebrating the 300th anniversary of Ben Franklin's birth here in Philadelphia. Lamont Jordan on 2nd and 16 behind Collins, who fires, and no flag there. It appeared that Porter, as he tried to make the catch, Lito Shepherd had a lot of hands on him.
Let's go back and look at that intercept. Tyler Brayton, number 91, is going to leap perfectly right there. Donovan tries to get it behind him. Right there, he just grazes it with his right hand, and it deflects the ball right over to Warren Sapp. So Brayton, being 6'6", elevated at the right time. I don't think he even knew that L.J. Smith was right behind him, but it worked out great for the Raiders.
Moss in the slot to the left on 3rd and 16. And the draw to Jordan. Flag down. So is Jordan at the 15-yard line. Sheldon Brown up from the corner. He's a good, for a cornerback, a good tackler. Langston Walker, they're looking at the big left guard of the Raiders.
Holding. Offense, number 66. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
It is on Walker, declined, and on comes the Leckler and the punting team. Dexter Wynn drifts back to the 35 in Eagle territory. Leckler, 23 consecutive games, he's kicked at least 1 time a punt of more than 50 yards. His career average is almost 46 a punt. Best ever in the NFL. And he delivers this one high toward Wynn at the 34. And Wynn is punished with a couple of big hits from the Raiders, and a flag flies with it. Ryan Riddle, a rookie from California, first down there along with Zeron Flemister, the tight end. 51 on that punt by Leckler.
Illegal block in the back. On the receiving team, number 59. The 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
And so the Eagles will be pushed back another 10 yards. Mike Labinja, the linebacker, the culprit.
I'm proud to be
part.
I'm proud to be
I would love to remind you about Criminal Minds Wednesday on CBS, the new #1 show of the season. Catch a new episode this Wednesday, 9, 8 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. After the penalty, the Eagles start from the 27, trailing 7-0, early second quarter. The quick throw to Lewis, tackled immediately. As coming up quickly from the secondary was Fabian Washington, the rookie from Nebraska. Let's go down to Armin.
You know, Dick, early on in this season, one of the big stories has been Donovan McNabb's health. He had suffered a bruised sternum and an injury to his abdomen in the first game against Atlanta. He told us, you know, on Friday that he was feeling much better, but I have to tell you, watching him down here very closely, his mobility is definitely compromised as he's trying to move around in the pocket. Back to you.
And, of course, that's one of his great qualities, Armin. You know, he's rushed for nearly 2,500 yards as a quarterback, but only has run the ball once this year. Flushed wide this time and then throws underneath, complete, and ooh, what a hit by Charles Woodson as he drills Terrell Owens. Oh my. Now to New York and Greg Gumbel.
Dick and Dan down 10 to the Titans at home. The Rams needed a boost. They found it here. Adam Archuleta steps in front of the pass and takes Steve McNair's toss 85 yards for a touchdown. That cuts the Tennessee lead to 10-7.
Archuleta, he manages to come up with big plays time and again, doesn't he?
Well, he's a big hitter. That's a nice opportunity for Adam to get that much open field.
3rd and 3 for McNabb. Open underneath is Reggie Brown. Brown, the number 2 draft pick by the Eagles out of Georgia, has his first catch and a first down with it. Let's go back to Terrell Owens and the penalty sometimes one has to incur in catching a ball. Charles Woodson had him in the crosshair.
Well, Terrell Owens took a huge hit in the game against the 49ers last week and did exactly the same thing. Just bounce up and just carry on. He is a powerful, strong man.
Handoff inside to Westbrook, who has a yard or so. That's a good point, Dan. I think a lot of fans, because in uniform, Randy Moss and Terrell Owens look a lot alike. Physically, they're very different.
Oh, no, they are totally different. They are as different as a cornerback is from a linebacker. Terrell Owens is built like a linebacker. Randy Moss does not have nearly the muscle structure that Terrell Owens does. You know, Randy Moss weighs, you know, they list him at 215. I don't believe that. And they list Owens at 225. They look like there's 30 pounds difference between the two.
Second down at the 41. Lamar Gordon in the backfield. McNabb down the middle. Incomplete to Owens. And a flag is down. Woodson may have been guilty of holding much earlier in the pattern.
Defensive pass interference, number 22. Spot foul.
Well, they're going to call it at the play.
Well, 22 is Ronaldo Hill, but it sure looked like number 24, Charles Woodson, was all over Owens. Let's check it out. Great coverage. Oh, he grabbed him there, and he's got no. That penalty's on. That penalty's on Charles Woodson. I think that Ronaldo Hill unfortunately got the call.
Teenage dancers don't get that close. Pump fake by McNabb. Now he goes deep down the middle, incomplete. Owens was camped down at the 32 with Ronaldo Hill. Well, almost overthrown for a pick.
Awesome protection by the Eagles up front, but the reality is that Philadelphia has almost entirely abandoned the running game. This is a team right now that's run the ball, I believe, just 3 times and 15 passes. Look at that. A 5-to-1 ratio. Now, they came into the game nearly 2-to-1, but wow, Andy is, I don't know if it's out of respect for the defensive line of the Raiders or that he thinks he can exploit their backfield.
All right, on 2nd and 10, it's Westbrook on a draw, and he's across the 45 down to the 44. Ed Jasper, a former Eagle, at defensive tackle, and Kirk Morrison, a rookie, San Diego State. Team up on the tackle. Brian, the defensive coordinator of the Raiders, from good defensive genes.
Yes, I would say so. Buddy Ryan, his father, and his second year on the job here in Oakland after serving with Bill Belichick in New England. So, yes, he does have a solid defensive background.
Buddy, the former head coach here in Philadelphia. Sapp and company dig in. Josh Perry, the lone running back. He's not carried the ball in 2 years. He's in there to block, which he does for McNabb, who throws incomplete, and a flag down as Westbrook couldn't come up with the ball. Ronaldo Hill on the coverage. Now the flag thrown in the secondary of the Raiders. third down, this could be
illegal
costly.
contact. Defense number 36. It's a 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
These are the penalties that have really pinched Oakland in the first two games. That would have been brought up a fourth down instead an automatic first down. Team that has suffered the most yards penalized after 2 weeks and a couple of touchdowns called back against the Chiefs a week ago.
Yeah, critical penalties, although the one against Randy Moss where he got called for offensive pass interference last week, I think everyone agrees was just a bad call. It didn't deserve to be called. But these ones that keep drives alive are killers.
Lamar Gordon, and he's tackled immediately by Ronaldo Hill. And Hill all over the park as he's been covering deep, and then he sprints up to make the tackle at the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think the Raiders are playing with the kind of desperation that you would expect them to play, facing a possible 0-3 start. They are playing spirited defensive football. They are getting after it. They are getting across the line of scrimmage. And, they're sitting in primarily just a nickel defense. Until Philadelphia shows a willingness to run the ball, they're going to sit in that nickel.
Neither team able to run. 2nd and 11 for McNabb. Fake to Westbrook, and then throw to Westbrook incomplete. And the Raiders had it well covered. Danny Clark, the middle linebacker, was right there to make the play.
And right now Donovan is getting very frustrated. He's having trouble connecting with just about anybody.
You see the stat tracks up in the top there. Excuse me, Dan. This updating all the statistics. 9 for 16 now for McNabb. 80 yards and an interception.
That was a play where it was a design screen to the left. But credit the Raiders for the way they played it. They were all over that thing, and really Donovan, I think that's one of those deals might have been better off with it being an incompletion.
McNabb, the shotgun with Gordon and Westbrook flanking him. And he's hit from behind by Sapp. Incomplete is the call. And Big Warren loses his helmet in the process as he came in on the blind side of the quarterback McNabb.
Well, McNabb had time initially. It's a pretty good pocket to begin with. He just can't find anybody. And Warren Sapp lost his helmet not in the hit. He lost it before he hits McNabb. There goes his helmet, and Warren Sapp takes 2 or 3 steps without a helmet and puts his face right into Donovan McNabb.
That was Artis Hicks blocking him. They just knocked it off his head. Oh, the kick by Johnson scuffed off the right side of his foot and will take a soft bounce and land at the 14. And with that, a timeout. Raiders still in front with their early touchdown. That's the 9-year backup here in Philadelphia, Coy Detmer, and he looks as if, Dan, he's throwing pretty seriously.
Yes, that is a serious warm-up, and you've got to wonder, Donovan is showing some strain when he runs. He had a good week of practice, even though he sat out Wednesday. He took all the snaps on Thursday and Friday.
And the long pass is incomplete to Randy Moss, and 3 Eagles there with him, and Moss still almost snatched it away. Lito Shepherd, the young corner from Florida, able to get a hand on it.
Yeah, what a luxury it is to have corners the way that the Eagles have corners with Lito Shepherd and Sheldon Brown. And look at the way that Lito Shepherd looked into the backfield, saw what was happening, kept his awareness of where Moss was, but then most importantly had awareness of where the football was and was able to go up and make a play on it.
Jordan and Crockett behind the Collins, and this is Jordan stumbles as he takes the handoff and gains no yards. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the 14.
Dick, back to Donovan McNabb. We watched him practice on Friday. We talked to him afterwards. He said, I am fine. Andy Reid says, hey, he is fine. He had a little tightness in his groin after the game last week. We held him out of practice on Wednesday, but he is A-OK. So you have to wonder if whatever happened to his leg and where we see it goes from here, if it didn't occur in the early stages of this game.
Philadelphia voices are heard on 3rd and 10. Flat pass to Jordan, incomplete. Well covered. Jeremiah Trotter over there, the linebacker.
Yeah, that pass from Kerry Collins was a little hot. Lamont Jordan has good hands, but that thing from Kerry had a little zip to it.
That's a good defensive hold by the Eagles, who will get the ball here. 9:14 left in the half, trailing 7-0. Dexter Wynn back. And Shane Lechler. I'd love to watch a great punter. The way he follows through, his foot will be high over his helmet as he delivers the ball.
Oakland used to have a really good punter one day, didn't they?
Didn't they? This one not quite a perfect spiral, and Wynn comes up to the 43. That one didn't have the height, and that allows Wynn to progress to the 46 of Oakland. Good field position. Will it be McNabb or Depner when the Eagles take the attack?
What seems to be the problem?
Well, I think he's in shock.
What happened?
A reminder, fans, tonight after 60 minutes, it's never too late for justice. Don't miss the season premiere of the hit drama Cold Case tonight after 60 minutes on CBS, America's most watched network. Well, the Eagles inherit a short field. They start from the 46 of Oakland, and Donovan McNabb still at the controls. Pumps, throws underneath, incomplete. He intended for Brian Westbrook. Well, T.O. was the man he looked at first.
And he's had a busy afternoon. Terrell Owens dropped the first one that came his way. They fake a reverse to him. Of course, he's going to draw attention. This was his first catch of the day, working against Charles Woodson. Woodson, wow, he delivers a huge hit on his second catch, and then Charles Woodson gets flagged for interference. So it has been a busy start for Terrell Owens, and some productivity.
16 yards on the 2 catches, as you can see. 1 catch, 22 for Randy Moss. 2nd and 10 for McNabb, and another pass play called. He throws wide open, incomplete. Game effort by L.J. Smith, the tight end, as he juggled and couldn't quite pull it in.
Well, if the groin of Donovan McNabb is having an effect, it might be in his effectiveness in delivering the ball right where he wants it. That is a wide open receiver. He overthrew him. We saw him earlier have a couple wide open guys, and he's had trouble putting the ball right where he wants it. Normally, Donovan McNabb is a much more accurate passer than what we've seen so far in this game.
He's on an 0 for 5 streak here.
Yeah, and you know, Donovan has a much better touch on the ball than that.
Quite in contrast to the brilliant first half he enjoyed against the Niners a week ago. Over the middle, complete. And tackled immediately is Lamar Gordon in there for Westbrook. It's short of the first down by a couple of yards. Woodson and Gibson make the tackle, and the fans are grumbly again.
Well, if McNabb is having a problem with his groin, don't you think the Eagles would like try to run the ball a little bit? It's just pass after pass after pass.
5 runs, 20 passes. Dirk Johnson sends it high, a dying spiral. And caught at the 4-yard line, and oh, that's dangerous, as a Raider came in and tried to scoop it up.
Well, actually, you can't make a mistake there because the ball was touched by the kicking team.
So it's all plus. If he had taken it for a touchdown, that would have counted, or if he fumbled, it wouldn't have.
Introducing the new 2006 Cadillac DTS.
Cadillac. Introducing the new 2006 DTS. Cadillac. Breakthrough. And by IBM. Become an on-demand business. IBM can help.
Back in Philadelphia tonight on 60 Minutes, a chilling account. An American hostage who was in captivity in Iraq. Plus, Ed Bradley interviews the Yankees' Derek Jeter. Followed by the season premiere of Cold Case, then Sybil Shepherd as Martha Stewart. Behind bars tonight on CBS. Javon Hurst, the brilliant defensive end. 55 career sacks, but none so far this year. He's lined up against Robert Gallery. Ball at the 4-yard line. Jordan hugging the ball as he crosses the 5 and tackled by Trotter.
Well, this was just moments ago over on the sidelines. You see Andy Reid, Terrell Owens kind of talking about what they can do to get him open. Andy Reid told us that, you know, I knew what Owens was trying to do during training camp. He was trying to get traded. He was trying to get out of here. I just don't think he realized what a hardhead I am.
2nd and 7. Jordan hit in the backfield by Dhani Jones. Jones had that one well scoped. One of the interesting players in this league.
Well, again, the Raiders are just trying to get themselves a little separation, but that was pretty good. You talk about wrapping a guy up. Yeah, that's how you wrap up. You get your arms around his legs and you don't let go. This is a very aggressive front seven for this Philadelphia defense, and they believe in the scheme of Jim Johnson. That's so important.
You saw Jordan, 10 carries, only 9 yards. 3rd and long from the end zone. Long throw down the middle, incomplete to Moss. He had it knocked away by Michael Lewis, the safety. He's 222 pounds. Linebacker size is Lewis.
Well, Randy's a little ginger as he walks. He's right there on the left of your screen working out of the slot, and he ends up wide open there. You can see if that ball would have gotten there just a shade sooner, he might have had a chance to put it away before he takes the big shot from Lewis.
Leckler now with his heels on the back line of the end zone. Dexter Wynn out at midfield. Raiders need a big kick. Leckler gets this one up high enough. Fair catch at the 49 of the Raiders by Wynn. 44 on the punt. And a reminder coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Join Greg, Dan, Shannon, Boomer. They'll have all the latest NFL scores and highlights, the early games of the day, all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. Wincing on the sideline, Randy Moss, whether that's emotional or physical. Well, only Randy knows.
He bobbled the ball when it first hit him. It kind of glanced off his forearms, and he didn't get a chance to put it away before he got hit by Lewis. If he wouldn't have bobbled the ball, Randy probably would have and should have retained that thing and caught it.
That would have been a big catch for the Raiders. Instead, Eagles start at the 49. Westbrook and Perry now split behind McNabb. Still a pass, and this one is up for Owens. Incomplete. Good coverage by Woodson, and that's why he's made 4 trips to Honolulu. He had lost the ball, but somehow managed at full run to twist and find it and break up the pass.
Well, McNabb realizes immediately with the blitz that it's going to be single coverage. He IDs this in a hurry. You can see him lock in on Owens. It's single coverage, but yes, it's single coverage with Charles Woodson. And again, perfectly played. That's the matchup you want. If you can get T.O. singled against anybody, you'll take your chances, but Woodson was up to it.
McNabb completing only 1 of his last 7. Drifts back again and can't get out of the tackle of Tommy Kelly. Kelly, who led the Raiders a year ago with 4 sacks, and a flag is down in the secondary of the Raiders. And after Kelly makes the big defensive play, will it be negated by a hold downfield?
Holding on the defense, number 36. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Derek
From
Gibson.
the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That's the second one called against Gibson.
And it's the second time that they've moved the chains after an unsuccessful play by the Eagles. And Norv Turner knows on the road especially, you just have difficulty overcoming making these kind of self-destructive mistakes. There are mistakes where you give up yardage, but the ones where you give up an automatic first down and move the chains.
Especially after you've just sacked the quarterback for an 8-yard loss.
Having said that, the Eagles have more penalties than the Raiders.
From the 44 on first down, Westbrook. He's got some running room and plows ahead for what appears to be a first down. Fabian Washington, a rookie corner, made the tackle.
Well, no surprise that this would fool the Raiders running the football. Only the 6th time this game, and look at the big hole to the right side. Going behind John Runyon and Sean Andrews. Take a look at that. That is a beautiful hole. Kudos to Hank Fraley, the center, with a good block in there as well.
That's close enough they're going to measure here, Dan. You mentioned Sean Andrews. Weren't you shocked? Because on the program and in our information, he's listed at 340, the young right guard who was out last year with a fractured leg. And what did Andy say?
3.80 or 3.85. The guy weighs in the low 380s.
22 years of age.
You don't stumble into that every day.
And he described him as a 380-pound gazelle.
Oh, he did. He said, you can't believe the way he runs. We run sprints. He's right up there with the best guys I've got. Go figure.
First down for Westbrook on the measurement at the 34 of the Raiders, trailing 7-0. Lots of time for McNabb. Now he found the open man for a moment, but could not hit Westbrook downfield. Asamoah was on the coverage, and McNabb hit as he threw it.
Boy, all the time in the world, and you just wonder if Donovan isn't able to step into and really stride into a ball the way he wants. Let's look from behind him. Now watch, he's going to bounce up and down. He's going to, but look at him. He's trying to find something, but he doesn't. Notice how he threw the ball. He didn't step into it at all. He was standing with his feet at about shoulder width and just threw it without stepping into it. And you got to wonder if that's the groin.
Here's a handoff wide it goes. It's Westbrook to the 30-yard line before Charles Woodson, who come up from his corner to make the tackle. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles, and here come 4 new defenders for the Raiders. When they get into a nickel situation, they like to bring in 59 Lawrence Grant and former Eagle 56 Derek Burgess, along with Ed Jasper, another ex-Eagle, at tackle.
Well, they have the 2 largest outside linebackers in football in Grant Irons and Tyler Brayton. And they're just guys that aren't the guys you're looking for in the passing game. They're run stuffers. That's their role.
A reminder on 3rd down here, one of the reasons the Eagles perhaps are in 4th down territory is they don't have a field goal kicker. Akers injured on the opening kickoff. McNabb stepping away, throwing and finding his man. First down. Greg Lewis on the sidelines to the 13. Make that the 18.
And credit here really has to be doled out to the Eagles offensive line. Nothing new for them to provide great pass protection for McNabb, but just take a look at this pocket. Yeah, he had to move 2 feet. Big deal. He has just sensational protection, and he's gotten it this entire series from this group up front. They are one of the strengths of this football team, one of the best offensive lines in football.
See Greg Lewis now with 3 catches, 39 yards to lead the Eagles. First down, handed off. Westbrook weaving his way to the 5. Touchdown!
I guess all this time Andy Reid was just setting the Raiders up for his running game.
And now what will become an adventure throughout the day. Mark Semino, the linebacker who kicked an extra point last week. So you look at the statistics. There's Semino, 1 point. It looks like a Canadian Football League rouge. And here he is. He's the first in 25 years defensive player to kick an extra point. He scuffs this one, and it's blocked. And it was very low anyway. And when you think about a blocked extra point or field goal against the Raiders, you think about big Langston Walker, who is 6'8". But Westbrook makes it 7-6.
It didn't come gentle into
tighter now.
Bartram with a kickoff, and Doug Gabriel returning for the Raiders doesn't quite get to the 40. A mass of midnight green jerseys there to cover him. And they're pulling at the football, and the officials trying to pull at them to clear the pile. Andy Moss even comes up with a helmet in the scrum. Westbrook, that 18-yard touchdown run, his first rushing touchdown this year.
And again, all offensive line for the Eagles. That drive, those 5 guys deserve the lion's share of the credit. That was a gaping hole that Westbrook ran through on the left side to take it to the end zone.
Jordan with 9 yards, and now Westbrook to 40 yards. Zach Crockett is the running back for the Raiders. He takes a handoff, and he fights his way for 5 to the 44. Jones and Lewis make the tackle. And Dan, since Kerry Collins started 4 for 4 at the top of the game, he's gone 0 for 8.
This has not been a really well played offensively, a game played well offensively by either team. They've been a lot of, herky-jerky misfires, open receivers that are being missed, passes being dropped.
Second and a short 5. And back to Jordan this time, and he's stacked up very little gain. Again, good defense against the run by the Eagles, who have allowed only 17 points. And when Jordan scored on the flat pass in the first quarter, it was the first touchdown allowed by the Philly defense in 7 quarters, going back to the first quarter in the opener at Atlanta.
Well, when you talk about Philadelphia's defense, you got to first of all acknowledge now the real strain that they are under without this team having a kicker. They're going to have to score more touchdowns than the Raiders are, and defensively they're going to have to just throw a shutout at these guys.
Third and short, wide open is Porter, and Porter to the 40 and not out of bounds at the Eagle 38-yard line. Jerry Porter from West Virginia, last year a breakout season, 64 catches and 9 touchdowns to lead Oakland.
Well, again, Jerry Porter's going to be, he had to be the happiest guy in the world when he saw that Randy Moss was making the trip out to Oakland, because he knew that that was going to give him a lot more room to run around in people's secondaries. And that was just a well-designed play. You could see 2 receivers in front of him going opposite directions, and he was left alone.
His first catch as Collins drifts back and fires again, and open is Alvis Whitted, and he has his initial catch of the game and another Raider first down at the 20-yard line.
Well, that streak that Kerry Collins went through, not being able to connect, is over with, because this ball is perfect. Look at this. Again, great pass protection, but look at that ball right on the hands to Alvis Whitted. A strike from Kerry Collins, and all of a sudden now the Eagle defense has got their backs to the goal line.
Well, they measure the arm strength of a quarterback by that deep out. Did Collins get an A on that one?
That one left a vapor trail.
First down at the 20, and it's Crockett. Tripped up, he falls forward for a yard. Jeremiah Trotter, who left Philadelphia, went to Washington for a couple of years, came back. He is a run-stopping expert.
Well, he came right up on the line of scrimmage prior to the snap, and when a linebacker commits himself, he better make the tackle, because he's totally out of the pursuit part of the game, so he better make the play.
2 minutes to go in Philadelphia. The Raiders by 1.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, it is.
We need help.
With what?
To go in the first half on the sidelines, Terrell Owens. He'll be watching Randy Moss and the Raiders as Norv Turner's team 2nd and 9 at the 19. They send Moss to the top of your picture.
Not a big part of this game so far, though. Only 1 catch.
Lamont Jordan behind Collins. Here come the Eagles up the middle. Picked off. Throw to Moss. He steps out of bounds. Short gain at the 15. Only 4 on the catch. Sheldon Brown there to cover.
Very effective job by the Raiders up front, though, of handling that Eagle blitz. They snuffed it right at the line of scrimmage, giving Collins time to step into that throw.
Yeah, they like that number 64, Jake Grove, the center, only in his 2nd season out of Virginia Tech.
Yeah, he moved back to center, which is his normal position. He played right guard for the Raiders last year.
3rd and 5, and Jordan empties the backfield. Comes Kearse. He's picked off. Throw underneath to Porter, and he is hit at the 15. A flag down. Mark Semino.
I think Kearse was offsides. I think Kearse got a head start,
and that'll be close to a first down penalty. It was 3rd and 5.
It sure looked like Javon Kearse got a head start.
Defense, number 93 offside. That's a 5-yard penalty. The 5 yards will result in a first down.
There he is right there. Yep, he's well into the neutral zone at the snap of the ball, and Robert Gallery did a heck of a job playing catch up just to keep from having Javon Kearse hit his quarterback.
So
that is, yeah. You see, I love that. That's where head coaches yell at the defensive coordinators like it's his fault that the defensive end jumped offside.
2 tight ends with Jordan and Crockett in the backfield. 1st and goal just inside the 10. And Jordan, boy, smacked right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Good surge led by Sam Rayburn, the third-year tackle out of Tulsa. The truck driver, they call him.
Well, you can see for the Raiders that they've had 3 touchdowns in 5 trips into the red zone. One other time they had to settle for a field goal. I know that Norv Turner, 60%, not too bad. They'll take that.
Justin Fargas makes his first appearance. He's the running back, third-year man out of Southern Cal. Good receiver, and that's what he's deployed. They look for him in the flat. There he is, and he drops the ball. But boy, did he take a hit from Sheldon Brown.
Well, the old saying is you're going to get hit anyway. You might as well catch it. Take a listen to this.
Ball and tackle almost simultaneous on the sound system.
And Justin Fargas, he knew that was coming, and it distracted him to the point of being ineffective.
First play in the game, he might be going over there to coach. Save me for the second half. 3rd and goal at the 10. Collins, another flag is down.
Oh, that's holding.
And it's batted down incomplete in the end zone, but when you're down that close for field goal range, the 10 yards could be the difference, as Janikowski has already missed from 49.
Holding offense, number 66. Penalty is declined.
They declined the penalty.
Yeah, if they had a 20-yard holding call, that would be it. Because that was Langston Walker, what a takedown.
And so Janikowski, out of the hold of Leckler, will try what appears to be about a 29-yard attempt. No, 28. He missed from 49. This to give the Raiders a 10-6 lead. And he punches it through, and the Raiders enjoy a 4-point advantage. We have 49 seconds left in the half. Philadelphia with 2 timeouts remaining.
Man, your jersey smells nice. Must be my new dryer.
NFL CBS. Go Eagles!
And here's your lineup on Monday next. The premieres on CBS last week, and tomorrow, all new lineup. TV's best comedies, King of Queens, How I Met Your Mother, 2.5 Men, Out of Practice, and don't miss CSI Miami and David Letterman tomorrow on America's most watched network, CBS.
The strategy for the Eagles here is an automatic. You try to hopefully cover enough ground to get into field goal range, but without a field goal kicker, it's touchdown or bust for the Eagles here in a hurry-up offense.
And Janikowski left foots that one into the end zone. Here comes Dexter Wynn. And he stumbles across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Tim Johnson tripped him up. Donovan McNabb, who does not appear to be 100%, but he's taken a wicked hit in the chest that kind of rearranged things on the sternum. Able to come back last week and have a 5-touchdown game. And then he's also suffering from a groin injury, and in many ways the abdominal injury seems to have slowed him on his rollouts. And of course, if you're the defense, Dan, you got to figure that he is not going to be the scrambling quarterback that strikes fear in the hearts of the defense.
Well, he still has that guy. And again, what I would like to see is Donovan show the ability to step into and really, from a technical standpoint, throw a good pass.
42 seconds left in the half. And he fires to the far side. Is it a catch? No. Trapped at the 40-yard line by Reggie Brown.
No, but that was a good throw from McNabb. He put the ball the only place he could, low and away, because of the good coverage. Yes, it wasn't a completion, but they all aren't completion. But I think he showed pretty good footwork in stepping into the football. You see, he was able to go ahead, put some weight on that left leg, and that's really a very well thrown ball from McNabb.
And it appears that Andy Reid not going to take a knee here. He's going to try to hope he can come up with something golden.
Well, when you're playing the Raiders, you're hoping for a penalty.
There's Warren Sapp chasing down McNabb, who certainly is not at full speed. And Sapp brings him down on what was an awkward-looking tackle.
And sometimes your instincts take over, and that was a mistake for McNabb to run with that football. You know, he is what he is, and in that situation, he's going to instincts do take over, but he shouldn't be running with the football. I think it's clear that hurt.
And the Raiders are going to spend a timeout here, thinking they might get a chance at a punt return or one long throw. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Philadelphia. Randy Moss, of course, hopes he gets another chance.
And I don't think that's a timeout that the Raiders would take if this was a healthy Donovan McNabb playing quarterback.
Or if they had a healthy David Akers.
Yes, sir. I think they'd be more than willing to, just trot into the locker room with a 10-6 lead.
Some of the Raider Nation here in Philadelphia. 3rd and 8. Westbrook behind McNabb, figures to be the man with the call, and he does get it. And the flag is down. Westbrook weaving his way forward and would have a 1st down into the arms of Stuart Schweigert, the safety for the Raiders.
Holding offense number 73.
Now the Raiders would decline that, except that the run was good enough for a 1st down. And the clock ticks down to 20 seconds left in the half.
And we have seen more flags than we wanted to here in this first half, and very uncharacteristic for Philadelphia to play the kind of game that they're playing. 8 already, 8 accepted penalties.
High screech from the PA system didn't please some of the fans near the speakers. What was that? So 3rd down and long, and here's McNabb, where you figure he'll take a knee. No, he's going to hand off inside to Westbrook, who protects the ball as he's hammered at the 19, and the Raiders use their final timeout. Kirk Morrison, the rookie from San Diego State, who's leading the Raiders in tackles after 2 games, made another.
And the Raiders now just hope for a good return. They do have a kicker with a big leg. Seabass is, he's a guy at the end of a half. You could try that thing from 60 plus and have a shot at it.
There's a rule still in the book that if you fair catch a punt, you have a opportunity for a free kick. And let's say that it's a short punt, fair catch, and you allow Janikowski to kick one as if it was a kickoff.
It'd have to be a real short punt.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Meanwhile, Chris Carr, the rookie, everybody raving about since the opening day of camp, how this kick returner runs boldly with great speed. He has a 34-yard punt return already. Dirk Johnson to kick it. And it's a good boot. Drives Carr all the way back to the 25. Flag down. And so is Carr at the 36-yard line with just 3 seconds left on the clock. 56-yard punt by Dirk Johnson. That came at the ideal time.
Going to have to get Larry Nemmers a throat lozenge here at halftime. His vocal cords
Illegal
are getting
block
to
in
work
the
on.
back during the return, number 27. That penalty will be enforced 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Well, he's a motivational speaker, so he's got some more material for his next time on the dais. Fabian Washington ticketed on the foul. So this one grinding to a halt in the opening half. And one play for the Raiders left.
Well, it looks to me like the Raiders are just going to sit this one out and head to the locker room with a 4-point lead.
Randy Moss a tailback, and that's the end of the first half with the Raiders leading the Eagles 10-6. We'll be back with a Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Doug and Kerry's biggest argument ever.
Sprint together with Nextel. Yes, you can.
(10-6) Raiders at the half. Back in Philly, Ben Franklin, genius, entrepreneur, statesman, founding father. If he were alive, he'd be doing commercial breaks too.
So at halftime, the Raiders are up, but only for a short time. We'll be back after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
2.5 Men, CBS Monday. Everybody's watching.
As we get ready for the second half here in Philadelphia, and Dan, the whole complexion of it. You don't miss these guys often, but when you don't have a good kicker, all of a sudden, yikes, it changes the game.
Well, this entire game for Philadelphia revolves around the leg of Donovan McNabb and David Akers. Now, David Akers came out here just a couple of minutes ago trying at least to be able to kick an extra point, and he was successful. I watched him try about a half a dozen, and you can see right here, you know, he doesn't have to plant. It's his plant leg, the hamstring, that is injured. And if you weren't with us at the beginning of the game, this is how this game got underway. That's David Akers on the opening kickoff. There was an offsides. He had to do it again. And then on our third kickoff, it was Bartram. And finally, Semino was, after the lone Eagle touchdown, he came in. Even though he was successful last week, he missed his one opportunity this week by being very low and kicking the ball into his own teammate. So if Akers can come back, Dick, only to kick extra points, it's a plus. It's a lot more than the Eagles were looking forward to with Semino.
And you can see even on one leg, he's got enough punch to clear the line of scrimmage, something Semino couldn't do. So we're underway in the second half, and Dexter Wynn for the Eagles, and he's out to the 28-yard line.
Well, the fantasy numbers for this half, there's nothing here I think that's going to make anybody all that happy. You can see Kerry Collins less than 50%, Donovan McNabb less than 50%. One turnover there, you can see. Brian Westbrook came on late in the first half, got a touchdown for the Eagles. And not much happening across this front. You can see Greg Lewis, the leading receiver, with 3, although Lamont Jordan does have a touchdown.
Donovan McNabb, for him, an ordinary opening half.
Well, 6 points for your offense. This offense, that's not acceptable.
He comes out winging, and he has his pass blocked at the line of scrimmage. So let's go down to Armin Katayan.
Well, Dick, first of all, let me start with Norv Turner. And talking to him, he said, I'm very, very pleased with the way my defense is playing, particularly winning one-on-one matchups all over the field, and the way that we've kept Donovan McNabb, injured or not, in the pocket. Speaking of Donovan, and I jogged out with him as he came out of the locker room. No question that groin, lower abdomen area is really, really bothering him. He's nowhere near 100%, Dick. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Armin. And he welcomes a new running back, Reno Mahe. We saw him practice on Friday as Westbrook took Friday off. And Mahe, he's a good pass receiver, very quick. The throw down the middle is to Owens, incomplete, and he had some running room.
And right now, that's good. That raises huge questions. Terrell Owens was wide open. And again, Donovan McNabb is incapable of missing Owens without being hurt. Wait, look how open he is right down the middle of the field, right between the two Raiders safeties. The ball's not even in the picture. And it's a perfect pocket up front for Donovan. Donovan just can't seem to get the ball where he wants it to go. His mechanics are way off.
You see 11 for 26 on stat tracks, only 99 yards and an interception. 3rd and 10, the fake. And then he rolls up and throws long. It's for Brown, and the flag is down.
Oh, that's going to be a late hit. That's going to be a late hit. And again, the Raiders, a dumb penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Derek Burgess, the ex-Eagle, a little too eager, seeing his former teammate there unprotected. But there was also another penalty down the sidelines in the secondary, thrown at the 40-yard line of the Raiders.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 29. Penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 59. That penalty will be accepted. 15 yards, automatic first down.
Take a look at that from behind, just burying the helmet. The Lawrence Grant, number 59. on 3rd and 10. Moves the chains, gives the Eagles an automatic first down. That is just, and not only is it a late hit, but he hits him with the top of his helmet as well. I mean, this is the trifecta. This is a bonehead move extraordinaire.
It was DeLawrence Grant and not Burgess who made that hit. So the first down at the 44-yard line. Again, that was on a 3rd down play. That's Westbrook spinning out of a tackle and driving into Raider territory to the 44-yard line. First down, Philadelphia. And an NFL update to New York.
All right, Dick, we'll take you to St. Louis, where Mark Bulger looks for and finds Torrey Holt for 32 yards and a touchdown. The Rams have scored 24 unanswered points and lead the Titans 24-10, 7:47 to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, the Rams so successful at home. They started the season 1-1, as have the Titans.
The Eagles have just got to run the football. Westbrook is having some success running the ball. Stay with it.
They fake to Gordon, throw to Gordon out of the backfield. Tackled around the ankles at the 36-yard line by Charles Woodson.
Well, Donovan McNabb, this is how his season got underway. They lost the game in Atlanta, but he takes that shot right in the chest. That's where the bruised sternum came from. And then this one just moments ago from DeLawrence Grant. Just a mindless penalty on the part of the Raiders. And, you know, not to mention the fact that a guy that's visibly ailing, you hit him in the back well after he releases the ball.
Fake, and then the give to Westbrook. Oh, look at him. Move inside, then outside. Gains a couple. Awesome Noir able to run him out of bounds.
Well, I think the couple he gained is going to move the chains. That is, how slick is that, folks, huh? Take a look at that. And again, Ryan Westbrook is finding some running room. Give this offensive line a chance to assert themselves. One of the strengths of your ball club. Let them take over. Take some of the pressure off your ailing QB.
Westbrook averaging over 6 yards a carry today, over 5 on the season. Incomplete out of the backfield to Josh Perry. He doesn't get many chances, but again, the pass from McNabb was low, below the waist. A tough play.
Well, this doesn't need a lot of analysis. Wide open, and Donovan McNabb just throws a low and away ball. That ball was about 4 feet lower than he wanted it to be. And right now, Donovan, you know he's just got to be questioning himself. What do I have to do to get the ball to go where I want it to go?
2nd and 10 from the Raider 32. And again to throw over the middle. Tackled but not wrapped up as L.J. Smith. Danny Clark made the initial hit. Waited for help. Kirk Morrison teamed up to bring him down, and there's an injured Raider on the play. Charles Woodson, and that could be a very critical injury for the Raiders. He's been hawking Terrell Owens.
Oh, yeah!
Bottom Line now during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The Bottom Line on the all-new midsize Nissan Frontier and the full-size Titan with 2% financing or $3,000 cash back on the V8 Nissan Titan King Cab. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year, and that's the Bottom Line.
1 minute more.
With so much more to see, shouldn't you be watching it on the Aquas Liquid Crystal television? from Sharp.
When it comes to helping you refinance, some banks really go the distance. At LendingTree.com, get up to 4 competing offers in minutes and save up to $200 a month when you refinance. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com. Call now at 1-800-555-TREE.
Thursday, the scorching heat will force the survivors into croc-infested waters.
Live on the edge a little bit.
Dive into a new Survivor, CBS Thursday.
This telecast.
12:36 left in the third quarter. Charles Woodson being attended. Does not appear to be serious on the sidelines, working on the helmet. Stanford Rout, the rookie from Houston, the second-round pick, number 26, has replaced Woodson. Let's see if McNabb goes after him on 3rd and 2. And McNabb going to run it. And he's got enough for the first down at the 19-yard line.
And takes a hit from Terrell Owens.
They're hanging up on me.
The guy who hits him is Terrell Owens. Wow, boy. Training camp conspiracy theories would have a lot of fun if they could have seen this down the line. Owens is trying to block for him and gets knocked into McNabb. That was completely unintentional. Kirk Morrison of the Raiders knocked Terrell Owens into McNabb. You know that was not his intent.
Well, contact by definition brings you closer.
Not in football.
As McNabb throws underneath to Owens. This is where he's dangerous. Get at the ball underneath and let him run. He's to the 9-yard line, very close to the first down. Gibson and Schweigert, the two safeties, make the tackle as Randy Moss studies the play.
Well, again, Donovan McNabb showing that, you know, I might be nicked. I might be a little wounded, but I'm still dangerous. You can see that just trying to do the simplest things are being a little laborious for McNabb, but he is getting it done.
Chains will come out to measure. And it's going to be tight. And a first down and goal.
Let's take a good look at Terrell Owens here on the receiving end. He's got his hands right there. Look how he... Yeah, originally you can see he wanted to catch the ball with his hands up, but then when he saw the ball descending on his way, he changed his hands, rolled them under, and put them under the ball. Again, this is a guy that does not mind catching the short pass, the tough yards.
Yeah, his running yards after the catch is really quite phenomenal through his career. First and goal, up the middle, and the catch by Owens at the 4, hit immediately.
And hit by Charles Woodson, who's back in the game. Even though we saw him leave getting banged up, he got a really hard hit to his head. He went over the sideline and told the training staff what stadium he's playing in, what team he's playing for, and they let him go back out.
Hummed a little hail to the victors.
Well, not much of that going on lately.
I noticed. Second and goal at the 4.
Thanks for mentioning it.
Lamar Gordon, the running back. Welcome. The throw. Caught. Touchdown, Owens.
Well, again, another demonstration about with Terrell Owens, you just don't defend the sidelines. You have to defend the middle of the field as well.
And Akers comes in to try the extra point. Remember, Detmer is the backup quarterback throughout the league. Usually it's the punter who holds, but Detmer gives them a fake extra point or field goal opportunity. That ball low, but good. And he limps off the field.
All right, let's take a look at the touchdown. Donovan fakes outside, draws the safety, wide open in the middle. T.O. for 6.
Get the bottom line during Nissan's model year-end clearance. The bottom line on Nissan Pathfinder, Xterra, Murano. Plus, get 2% financing or $2,500 cash back on the full-size Nissan Armada. See your Nissan dealer now. Clearance time happens once a year, and that's the bottom line.
1 minute more.
So what's this about the bottle?
Well, you know how we look so fit in our swim trunks.
Yes.
I've discovered that our Guinness Draft has only 125 calories.
Only 125 calories? Brilliant! What else are you working on?
You know how your skin burns if you're on the beach too long?
Yes, it stings like the dickens.
Well, I've invented a lotion that protects you from the sun's rays.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
Guinness Draft has only 125 calories. Enjoy it responsibly.
Brilliant!
What do you feel like tonight? Chicken or beef?
Want more variety? Get to Chili's now for our new Triple Dipper Dinner. Build a full meal from 7 favorites like new hot spinach and artichoke dip. The new Triple Dipper Dinner, just $9.99 for a limited time only at Chili's.
Okay, you shave early, but your date isn't until 7 p.m. So what do you think your beard's doing? Taking a nap? It's not. That's why there's the new Schick Quattro Midnight. Its 4 blades give you an incredibly close shave, keeping you smooth into the night. The new Schick Quattro Midnight. The power of 4.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Chili's. Get more variety with Chili's new Triple Dipper Dinner. Come on, live a little. And by Nissan, who reminds you to shift the way you move through the world.
And welcome back to Philadelphia, 13-10. The Eagles finally in the lead for the first time in the game. Bartram lines one down the middle, one hop to Carr. And here comes the Boise State rookie out to the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Raiders. And with that, a timeout. 10:15 remaining third quarter.
Side of the mountain, I wanna walk down the other side of the mountain. I wanna swim in the river and lie in the sun. I wanna try to be nice to everyone. I wanna walk up the side of the mountain.
The all-new 50-mile-per-gallon Civic Hybrid from Honda. It'll reverse your thinking.
48 degrees today in the Boston area. Some light clouds and possible late day show.
You guys have to go everywhere with me?
Tom, we're figurative metaphors.
What?
We represent the 5 layers of Visa security that surround you in a pocket of protection.
Hi there.
Like fraud monitoring?
Verified by Visa.
Zero liability.
Metaphors.
With Visa, you're protected.
Can metaphors pay?
No.
What happened?
Servers.
Servers.
He's running around trying to manage all these servers.
All these servers?
What's that?
Spec sheet for an IBM e-server.
Single point of control, remote management. Oh, Ned, you shall not have died in vain. We will call IBM.
I'm not dead. Just making a point.
Take back control with the scalable IBM eServer Blade Center featuring Intel Xeon processors.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
A family tragedy at sea.
Julie, no!
We have a sinking crime scene. A new episode of CSI Miami, CBS tomorrow.
The Raiders break huddle, ball at the 39. They're trailing for the first time in the game, 13-10. Trying to avoid an 0-3 start. That hasn't happened on the east side of the bay in 13 years. Collins with a fake. Moss running a sideline pattern, and instead he throws underneath to Courtney Anderson, the tight end, and he's close to first down yardage.
Let's go back to the touchdown. Donovan's got to put the ball way up high to get it over a leaping Danny Clark. And then here comes David Akers to kick it. And you can see how much that hurt him right there. But how nice is this? Defensive captain, team leader, Brian Dawkins over to say, hey, thanks, buddy. We know you're hurting. And here's a guy that appears to be just fine.
By your definition.
Nothing seems to be hurting T.O. right now.
No, he's feeling it. 2nd and inches.
And Jordan caught in the backfield. Instead of going straight ahead, tried to swing wide, but Dhani Jones, the linebacker, denies, and Jordan takes a 3-yard loss.
Well, again, you can just see that the intensity level for the Eagles has been raised. You can see right now, I thought the intensity in the first quarter and a half belonged to the Raiders, but now all of a sudden the Eagles are starting to get back into this football game. They've got the lead, they've got the crowd, and for the first time now the crowd really starting to become a factor.
So from second and inches to third and a tough 3. The throw incomplete, intended for Lamont Jordan, and Jeremiah Trotter, the middle backer, no more for his run support, drifting back to break up the play. So it looked good for Collins and the Raiders, second and short. They wind up having to bring on the punting team.
Well, it's so frustrating for an offense when you get good field position because the other team can't kick off properly. You get the ball at your own 40 and you can't even muster a first down. That is a terribly disappointing series.
Dexter Wynn back as you look at it from Shane Lechler's point of view. Former star at Texas A&M, where he led the NCAA as he's been leading the NFL since being picked as a 5th rounder. And Wynn, fair catch, 11-yard line. 8:54 remaining in the third.
This place is disgusting. I feel dirty just being here.
All right. I've got one last thing I want you to see. I think you're gonna like this.
Is that a...
Yes. It's a beer tree. Honey, we're home.
Bud Light. Great taste for your great times.
Nothing quite like a beer straight from the tree.
Dual-action tailgate, and an industry-first lockable in-bed trunk. The Ridgeline from Honda.
Hey, that looked like my fish.
Built strong. Built comfortable. Built right. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Get it from DirecTV. Numbers, Friday on CBS. Everybody's watching.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Wrangler, makers of Wrangler Jeans Company, a new generation of Wrangler. And by Bud Light, smooth and refreshing. Bud Light, great taste for your great times.
A reminder tomorrow on CSI Miami, a tragedy at sea has investigators diving deep for answers. Don't miss a new episode, Monday's #1 show, CSI Miami, tomorrow, 10, 9 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. Back to the action, ball at the 12 for the Eagles. McNabb, who throws underneath again, and it's the tight end, L.J. Smith. Short yardage out to the 17, a pickup of about 5.
Not a whole lot different from a running play. Just 1, 2, 3 plant throw by McNabb. The short pattern that's almost a guaranteed success when you throw it to a big target that properly squares his back. Just again, though, Dick, you're watching Donovan McNabb, and it's hard for those of us who aren't there to comprehend how hard this must be for him, because obviously almost every movement's painful.
Westbrook off the left side, and he is hit by ex-Eagle Ed Jasper, and a solid tackle from the 295-pounder played at Texas A&M.
And the Eagles, have worked for the yards they've gotten. Westbrook has found some success, but teams all year so far have worked against this Raider defense not to a whole lot of success. They were giving up less than 100 yards a game rushing coming into this. Now that's because people have been having success throwing the ball, but still this is a pretty stout front four.
No gain, brings up 3rd and 5. Terrell Owens to the left. And he's running deep. McNabb saw him, but has to go down as the white jerseys, DeLawrence Grant, converged on him. Grant there first.
Well, that was all the secondary of the Raiders. They just clamped down on everybody from the Eagles trying to run a pattern. Donovan didn't. He was not forced out of that pocket. He just didn't find anybody.
Dirk Johnson drives his punt toward Chris Carr. Flag down, and the ball goes out of bounds. Flag thrown way down at the Raider 40-yard line. And you see an illegal touch is the call. But who touched the ball? It went out of bounds before anyone. Omar Easy there to block on the play. When you lead the league in penalties, you get a little bit of everything, don't you?
And Joe Avazano, their special teams coach, his hair is going to be even whiter before this is over if this happens to be against Oakland. One of the really good special teams coaches in this league and has been for a long time.
They're walking off 5 yards. Maybe it's a 5-yard penalty that would give the Eagles a first down. Fans are booing. They said, come on, let us know what's going on. Yeah, it's good. The delay means they want to get it right, and they're not going to say, I'm right and no discussion. Larry Nembers is going to be certain. Rob Ryan, the defensive coordinator. You saw Norv Turner puzzled by the flag. Nembers points that way and then that way. This is almost comedic.
Well, don't make an announcement until you know what you've got. Now he's going to have to come on over and talk to Andy. How about it, Larry?
The defense had too many men on the field. They had 2 or 3 receivers leaving the field while the ball was snapped. That penalty is 5 yards. It'll be assessed back at the previous spot. It's going to be short of a first down by inches. It'll be 4th down.
So the Eagles could decline the penalty, take the play, but they figure even at that they'd rather punt it again and take their chances on 4th and inches, unless Andy Reid is in a gambling mood, and that would be unlikely.
Yeah, that would be unlikely, I would think. When you've got a defense the caliber of the Eagles, you don't want to play a dangerous field position game like this. Not to mention the amount of momentum that would swing to the Raiders if you were unsuccessful.
And Dirk Johnson delivers the punt again. Dying kick. Oh my, is Chris Carr hit as he receives the ball by Roderick Hood. Timeout, 6:54 left in the third.
One strike. Oh. Spin attack. High block. Magic spell. Underarm attack. Cobra bite.
Ow!
Restart. Restart.
Tired of waiting for your reward? Now that you can get thank you points with your Citi credit card and for banking at Citibank, you'll get cool stuff sooner.
I don't want to ever see us play the way we played last week.
No, sir. Yes,
Never.
sir.
I didn't sleep good last week. You shouldn't have either. We're going to do a better job Friday night, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to work.
High school football is important because we're teaching boys to become men. Those men are going to be the husbands. They're the workers. They're the things that's what's going to drive America.
Come on, John.
State championships. State championships. What we looking for? State championships.
Back this way. Come on. Back this way. One more time, lady. Come on, you got to get out. You're going to get run over.
It's going to get tough, so you might as well learn that it's 4th down and inches all the time. It's 3 downs and plump. all in your life. You gotta keep your head up because you never know when you're gonna break.
We're not trying to wear you down. We're trying to get your legs ready for Friday night. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
We'll never see that again, right?
No, sir.
That's all I want to hear.
The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. Which one are you, son? Which one are you?
What sets off an arsonist's desire to kill?
10,000 students, and one has a serious fascination with fire.
These profilers are about to find out.
Serial arsonists enjoy manipulating authority. I think I know who it might be.
Look out! Oh my God. Criminal Minds, new episode, CBS Wednesday.
Now, T.O., he's electrifying.
Now get back to your lightning rod. Reminder coming up. What a second half of the doubleheader. New England and Pittsburgh. They battled for the AFC Championship a year ago. The Steelers looking for 17 straight regular season wins. That to follow the action here from Philadelphia. The Raiders trailing by 3 have the ball at their own 43. Collins into the flat. Complete to the tight end, Courtney Anderson. Anderson hit, fumbles out of bounds. Raiders will, well, it's an incomplete pass, is waved off by the official. Trotter and Jones teamed up on the hit. No, they are going to call it. I saw one official waved it off, and the other said he was just out of bounds.
Oh, there's no question that was a completed pass. No question about that. He puts the ball away and makes a football move heading upfield. He just gets whacked big time. The Raiders again with wonderful field position. Can they capitalize?
5-yard gain on the play. Jordan and Crockett behind Collins. And a flag down. That's going to be a hold on Gallery. Pass complete to Jordan to the 40 of Philadelphia, but it's coming back. Big right tackle, Robert Gallery.
Personal foul. 15-yard face mask, number 76. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Worse than a hold. Gallery got his fingers up into the face mask. Let's go to New York and Greg Gumbel.
Dick and Dan in St. Louis. A couple of Rams turnovers have been killers. Bulger sacked by Kyle Vanden Bosch. Antoine Odom picks it up and goes 25 yards for the touchdown. 24-24. Final minute of the third quarter in St. Louis.
Yeah, the two teams who played in the Super Bowl 34 at it again.
Great heart showed by Jeff Fisher's team. At the top of your screen, that's Robert Gallery, number 76. And we can't see it, but the official, Larry Nemmers, was right on top of it, accusing him of grabbing the face mask.
Second down and 20 now for the Raiders. The draw play to Jordan. Across the 40 to the 42-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 11, and right back to Greg in New York.
All right, Dick, at the Meadowlands, the Jets had the lead right up until Fred Taylor burst up the middle for 3 yards and a touchdown. With the extra point, Jacksonville now in charge, 20-14. Still plenty of time to play in the 4th.
And the Jaguars with that great run defense, you're going to have to score some points to beat them. Jordan, the leading receiver and rusher for the Raiders, a busy man again today, and now time called as the linesman moves in. And Collins and the Raiders are going to call a timeout.
Timeout, Oakland.
So with 5:25 left in the third quarter, Norv Turner's team spends its first time out of the second half. Gives us a chance to ask you to consider this NFL poll so far this season. Which team has had the most impressive defense? Some of you may want to cast a write-in for the Eagles. But there's some teams off to great starts on the defensive side of the ball. Cast your vote at NFL.com.
Be interesting to look at that poll response in about December and see how many of the teams that came out of the gate quickly are still playing defense at that level when it gets cold outside.
We saw that Carolina Panther team last week against New England, and that defense looked mighty good.
Well, this is the down and distance that Norv told us that he just hates to face. He actually used the words, they're just too good. The odds are in their favor. They've got the personnel, the scheme that's been in place for a long time.
They bring more than you can block, he said. Jordan, the lone running back. Moss in the slot right. Quick throw, complete to Doug Gabriel, and Gabriel tripped up at the 50-yard line, shy of the first down. Jeremiah Trotter with that good low tackle saved a first down.
Ooh, and that was a play initially looked like it might go for big yardage, and that was a heck of a play by Trotter.
Hasn't he had a good game?
Yes,
the 8-year veteran from Stephen F. Austin. Grew up in Hooks, Texas. They had to hook the ball carrier on that one.
Well, he's got fresh legs, you know, after getting to sit out the opener.
Yes, yeah. He wasn't real pleased about that. And now we have the Trotter territory. 45-45 is a neutral zone in the warm-ups after that little conflict. Luckler to punt it. Drives it high and deep. Let go by Wynn, and it bounces through the end zone. Eagles ball at the 20-yard line. And another flag. What else?
This is something that looks like it's going to go against Philadelphia.
At the moment, on the touchback, it's the Eagles ball at the 20.
Illegal block in the back. During the punt, receiving team number 26. That penalty will be assessed from the 20-yard line to the 10. First down.
Lito Shepard with the penalty.
Well, the Raiders open up 0-2. You can see with a loss to New England and Kansas City. But look at that. The first game against New England, Super Bowl champions. Third game, Philadelphia, Super Bowl runner-up. The first time ever that any team has had to face the two teams that participated in the previous year's Super Bowl, both on the road.
That's a tough run, isn't it? Now Dallas and San Diego at home awaiting the Raiders and their fans. From the 10-yard line, handoff inside to Westbrook, and he's able to burrow for a couple of yards. Clark in the middle of the defense to make the tackle with Ronaldo Hill. Hill getting a lot of action at safety today.
And I can't imagine and how frustrated Norv Turner is right now, having two outstanding field possessions and didn't get a first down out of either one of them. That is, you don't get those very often on the road. And now we'll see if his defense once again can hold the Eagles to not getting a first down and force them to punt and give them a third chance.
Well, the Gallery 15-yard penalty really put a damper on the last chance. Throw into the flat, and it's complete to Greg Lewis. Just shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Derek Gibson, solid tackler at 215 pounds, the safety. And Fabian Washington. Washington, number 27 from Nebraska, the #1 pick of the Raiders, was timed as the fastest player at the NFL Combine, 4.29 at the corner.
That's mind-numbing speed. And he's the version of the new NFL corner. They're smaller guys. He's under 6 feet at 5'11". You don't have to be a big guy anymore. Not hardly allowed to touch anybody.
McNabb on inches to go on 3rd down. Instead, it's going to go long. Wide open is Westbrook. 50, 30, 20, and tackled from behind by Schweiger. What a call by Andy Reid on 3rd and inches.
Well, this isn't the first time that Andy has called this. Going to Brian Westbrook out of the backfield. And again, Donovan all of a sudden looks over to the right and goes, whoa, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Derek Gibson, the safety, absolutely no match for trying to run with Donovan McNabb. I mean, with Westbrook. Westbrook has him by 5 yards before Schweigert comes over to make the tackle. And finally, Donovan got one to go where he wanted it to go. Right on Brian Westbrook's palms.
62 yards to the running back Westbrook. And a first down at the Raider 19. Second catch for Westbrook on the day, as you see on StatTracks. First down game tracks on the bottom of your screen here on CBS to keep you up to date on all the top players around the league and scores.
Dick, it's all about matchups, and that matchup really favored Philadelphia. Westbrook on Gibson.
Westbrook, hand off to him off the left side. He's always able to find a little crack. It looked as if they had him strung out. Cuts upfield and gains nearly 5 yards on the play. Kirk Morrison, the 240-pound rookie linebacker, makes the tackle. The catch by Westbrook for 62, the longest reception of his Eagle career. 4 years out of Villanova, where he won the Walter Payton Award. That goes to the Division I AA Player of the Year.
Well, keep in mind, doing 73 receptions last year. He had a busy year throwing in over 800 yards rushing as well. He earned his pay last year.
The pump fake. McNabb throws underneath. Owens hit immediately, but hangs onto the ball at the 5. First and goal as Ronaldo Hill made the tackle, and Owens lets everyone know that he's got the first down for the Eagles.
Well, hasn't Terrell Owens just set up shop right in the middle of the Raider defense about 10 yards downfield? He's just settling right into that hole. The Raiders are giving him all sorts of room short of the safeties, and Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens are just taking advantage of it. Exactly what they did for a touchdown the last time they were down here.
Now Owens picking up the pace now with 6 catches, 44 yards and a touchdown.
But they've been tough catches.
The pump by McNabb, able to sprint out of trouble and then throw it away. That was Big Warren sack.
And
no, Hamilton after him.
And that one left a mark. You can clearly see Donovan McNabb showing discomfort when he ends up on the ground. But again, the guy doesn't know how to play any other way. He doesn't know what else to do. And really a good look right there, the fact that Bobby Hamilton was trying to hold him up. He didn't want to land on top of him.
Owens lines up in the slot right. The toss underneath to Westbrook for the touchdown. Shovel pass to Westbrook. Bailey set it up with a 62-yard catch, and he gets the payoff.
Well, it's a sprint out by McNabb. He sells it to everybody. You can see the entire Raider defense sliding down the line. That, of course, opens a gaping hole right in the middle of the defense. Shovels it to Westbrook. That was easy.
Akers for the extra point, and he's able to punch it through for a 20-10 lead.
And Akers says, come on, I need somebody to show me some love. Get over here. What a beautifully designed play by Brad Childress and Marty Mornhinweg, and Andy Reid, of course, got the whole thing sold. Artis Hicks, a guard out in front. I mean, that just sells it all the way, and Brian Westbrook the shovel into the end zone.
And the fact that they ran that play running right, and that's where they had Terrell Owens going. So the defense certainly had to be thinking Owens, and then the toss going back inside.
And right now Philadelphia has this lead because of their defense, Dick, of their defense. Of those 2 possessions where the Raiders had great field position and didn't even get a first down.
That was 90 yards in 7 plays, and Westbrook the star.
Well, Brian Westbrook got started running the football. It was the only sign of life the Eagles running game had at all, as you saw him take it into the end zone. And then this one right here, right down the sidelines, gets beyond the Oakland safeties. Nearly a touchdown, but he does get to finish it off on a beautiful shovel pass from McNabb.
And don't forget, the penalties again bite the Raiders. The reason why they had 3rd and inches was the fact that the Raiders were caught with too many men on the field on a punt, and that gave a 5-yard penalty and gave 3rd and inches for the Eagles, and they caught Oakland up tight and Westbrook wide open down the sidelines. Into the eyes of Chris Carr. And Bartram just hits the top of the ball. A big hopper to Carr. And he's across the 40. And once again, because of the injury to Akers, the Raiders get excellent field position to start a series. Can they do anything with it? Final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Right now, they've been dictated to by this Philadelphia defense. And again, this has been nothing short. They may not play another game all year where they get the kind of field position that they've been enjoying here this afternoon. This just doesn't happen all the time. It's a rare situation where the Eagles can't kick off. And Oakland unable to do a whole lot with it.
This crowd of 68,000 trying to help the defense.
Wither Randy.
Jordan at the bottom of your screen. Check that Moss is. Jordan in the backfield. The throw wide open on the sidelines. Porter. And he's wrestled out of bounds at the 49. 2 yards short of a first down. Lito Shepherd, the key man on the contact. And we keep looking for Randy Moss and seeing whether or not he might get loose deep. His number 18 jersey is the most popular jersey around the country in terms of sales. Second is Ben Roethlisberger of Pittsburgh, and you'll see Roethlisberger's number 7 when we go to our second game. New England and Pittsburgh to follow this one, but we've got a quarter to go here in Philadelphia, where the Eagles lead by 10. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
My name is Roy Hallen.
He lived through 10 months of torture and captivity in his dark cell. Now he's on 60 Minutes. Plus, Ed Bradley with Derek Jeter tonight.
This is going to end right. The Chevy employee discount for everyone is counting down. It absolutely ends Friday, September 30th. Time is running out to get employee pricing on every 2006 full-size truck. From Chevy, the #1 selling cars, trucks, and SUVs in America. Right now, get a 2006 Silverado 1500 regular cab work truck for under $16,200. Hurry, it all ends Friday. See your local Chevy dealer or log on to ChevyShowcase.com.
Revolving doors. That's why Geico.com is so simple. Or is it because you can get a free rate quote in minutes and compare coverage options? 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Simple as that.
With available voice-activated DVD nav, rain sensing windshield wipers, and seating for 8. V8-powered Lexus GX is the most luxurious driving experience.
Welcome. How was your trip?
Great. See your New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer.
It takes just one instant for news to break. CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Ooh, that had to hurt.
Caught, touchdown, Owens.
The Eagles soar. Something tells me the fourth quarter is going to be electrifying.
And back to the city of brotherly love. The Oakland Raiders start at the 48 of Philadelphia with a first down, trailing 20-10. They scored on their first possession of the game and only a field goal since, as Collins winds up and throws deep, and open is Courtney Anderson, and the tight end is down to the 15-yard line. Well, one would think during the course of the year, with all the attention that Porter and Moss are going to draw on the outside, that Anderson, the tight end, is going to have a lot of fun.
Well, you would think so. And they've got him working on the inside. Jeremiah Trotter is one of the guys that's going to try to run with him. But you can see Trotter's behind him. But that is just a nice hands catch by a huge guy. Boy, he just catches the back half of that football. Well done by big Courtney Anderson.
His fourth catch, as you can see, for 82 yards. Now it's Jordan and a flag. Gosh, we had gone a couple, 3 plays without a penalty. Rayburn and Trotter make the tackle. Linesman tossed the flag. And many of you around the country will be
illegal
joining.
formation. Both wide receivers covered the offensive tackle. That's a 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's a high school mental mistake.
Yeah, one of the receivers has to be back off the ball. When you're both up on the line, it makes one of them ineligible.
First and 15. New England and Pittsburgh to follow. Second game of our doubleheader today. It should be a good one, and so much at stake in that one early in the season. Collins throwing toward the end zone, incomplete. Anderson the target, well covered by Trotter and Brown.
Yeah, they paid attention to Courtney Anderson that time. Double coverage, and wow, what a job so far. And I know we've got a little over 14 minutes left to play, but what a job Philadelphia has done in this game against Randy Moss. You know, they did it twice last year when they played. Randy Moss was not a big factor in either one of those games, but you can see Randy with only 2 catches for 26 yards and only thrown to 4 times. Philadelphia to this point has removed him from this game.
He's far out to the right with Lito Shepherd on him. The throw underneath is to Porter, so they send Moss across the middle and then cross underneath with Porter, but he didn't get much either as Mark Simino, extra linebacker, in there to make the tackle.
But at least the Raiders are in the red zone. At least they are down threatening the Eagles. They finally got the big play to Anderson to give them a little momentum here after offensively having about 4 or 5 series right in the middle of the field with great field position and doing nothing with it.
They need 9 for a first down. Moss far out to the left. Empty backfield. Underneath the throw is complete to Porter, but short of a first down. That'll be at the 8-yard line. They need to get to the 6 for a new set of downs.
Oh, but again, Barrett, that's effective. That's, you know, again, a pattern. You know, you would think it'd be a good play. You'd think that but it's 2 yards short. It's a pattern that just has to be extended by another 6 feet. Otherwise, what the heck? It might as well have been an incomplete pass.
Janikowski on to try a short field goal, 26 yards. He made one from 28, missed from 49. And that makes it a 1-touchdown game. Plenty of time left. 12:56 in the 4th. Eagles by 7.
Chrysler Town and Country with the exclusive Stow and Go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't.
Now during Employee Pricing Plus, get a 2005 Town and Country for just $17,908.
So where do we go from here? Furniture?
You know what the best part is?
What?
Magic fingers. You'll love it.
Cool. Frivolous.
So who's the pinball wizard?
Cool. Frivolous. Cool. Frivolous. Frivolous.
Okay, it's your phone, your video, your data, everything. And you'll save a boatload of cash.
Cool.
Ingenuity, powered by Cisco.
The new Steak Fanatic pizza.
Man fuel. Cool.
Hey, there's only 23 figurines left! They're statues!
They're statues.
Domino's new Steak Fanatic Pizza. Buy a medium for $9.99 and heap on more Angus steak for just $2. Get the door, it's Domino's.
As you can see, the terms are good. The rate is low.
Okay, then. Thanks anyway. Next.
Want banks to compete over you? At LendingTree.com, fill out one simple form to get up to 4 offers. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com.
Tomorrow, it's Doug and Kerry's biggest fight ever. Caught on tape.
Okay, all that's missing is gunfire.
The King of Queens. Then, looking for one of the year's best new comedies, a show that's fresh, laugh out loud funny.
Target acquired. Man, you're a dork.
How I Met Your Mother. After The King of Queens. New episodes CBS tomorrow.
Welcome back. The Eagles, as they did a year ago, the pink hats and also pink ties for the gentlemen. Breast cancer awareness, and they raised over $200,000 a year ago, and looks like it'll be a very successful campaign again this year. Janikowski down to Roderick Hood this time, and Hood with a fake inside keeps it outside and is brought out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Ronaldo Hill.
Well, here's the way Donovan has moved the ball and used the field to the left portion of the field. You can see he's gone there 9 times. He's 5 of 9. Then in the middle, a lot of attempts with 17, and he's gotten up to over 50%. And then down the right side, of course, the big play to Westbrook. But again, he's up over 50% there in all three areas. And keep in mind, at halftime, he was less than 50% across the board. So we have seen a marked improvement here in the second half by the Eagles offense of throwing the football.
Josh Perry, the fullback, left in the backfield. McNabb pumping and going deep, and there's Westbrook open again, all the way to the Raider 35. Charles Woodson with a saving tackle.
Well, that's all Donovan McNabb with that pump. It starts, let me tell you something, you can't pump the ball without great pass protection. Look at the pocket. Look at that rocking chair McNabb sits in. And the pump freezes Charles Woodson, because look, Woodson's looking in the backfield. There was the pump. With the pump and then the double move by Westbrook, that's that. And Donovan McNabb said, Charles Woodson, very aggressive. We'll try the double move. That time it really paid off.
37 yards. Westbrook now with 110 yards receiving. Couple of touchdowns running. Greg Lewis enters the picture, and he has a first down.
But again, I want to go back to that last play and just reiterate one thing. Pumps, double moves, getting a corner who's really, there's only one way, Dick, you can take advantage of that. It starts with great pass protection.
And this huge line, probably the biggest line in the entire NFL. Thomas is 349, Hicks 335, Fraley is a midget of 300, Andrews 380, and Runyon 320.
They're mean guys too. I like that. They're nasty.
First down for McNabb down the middle and wide open. It's
L.J. Smith, and I think he fumbled it.
And the Raiders didn't get it. It looks like in the sprint. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. As L.J. Smith tries for the extra yardage, he's bumped hard and the ball flies free, and the Raiders covered at the 1 yard line. Derek Gibson was the man who fell on the football.
Well, L.J. Smith is fighting for extra yardage. Watch how he's going to turn upfield. He's put that ball away.
Stuart Schweigert.
Yep, Schweigert put his shoulder pad right on the ball. And everybody had trouble corralling it till Gibson pulled it in. And wow, the Eagles on the verge of putting this game away. Oakland got a break, but wow, they're 98 yards away from getting back in it.
Ball at the 2 yard line. Collins, good fake, and then the throw down the middle to Moss, and that'll give them some breathing room near the 20 yard line.
Well, that was basically a one pattern pass play. Randy Moss was the only guy threatening downfield for the Raiders, and Kerry Collins found him in the middle. I think we all know that Randy likes it from the numbers to the sidelines, but they took advantage of getting him to go across the middle that time.
Moss is on the right side, first down at the 19. Lamont Jordan. He is smothered, no gain. Jones and Trotter, two linebackers.
Well, a good look here from behind the Philadelphia defense. It looks like there's something up the middle, but Tahani Jones, Trotter, these two really experienced linebackers in their 8th and 6th years respectively, didn't overrun the play. They honor their responsibilities, stay in their gap until the ball's gone.
Lamont Jordan, 16 carries, only 20 yards rushing.
That's getting snuffed.
Collins to Moss, and he has what will be close to a first down at the 29. And the linesman signaling it's enough for the first down.
Boy, did you hear Randy Moss catch that ball?
Looked like the chest.
That thing made a thump when it hit his body. I don't know if he wanted to catch it with his hands. Listen to this. I don't know if Randy caught that ball because he wanted to or if it was out of self-defense.
That was a fastball from Kerry Collins, who was a pitcher in his youth and drafted by a couple of major league teams. He throws into the flat, a dangerous pass, but complete to Alvis Whitted. And Whitted, who has Olympic sprinter speed and in fact almost made the '96 U.S. Olympic team, able to gain out to the 43 and another Raider first down. Oakland trailing by only a touchdown.
Ooh, and Whitted just daydreaming about if this field could have been 1 yard wider, I might have been gone down the sidelines.
Norv Turner signals in the call. Jordan and Crockett now in tandem in the backfield behind Collins. Good protection underneath. Jordan able to duck under a couple of tacklers and get it out to the 47. Jones and Shepard grind him to the turf. Gain of 4.
Well, while the pass went short to Lamont Jordan, this is what Randy Moss was doing, going down the middle of the field.
Ooh.
Well, keep in mind the ball had been dumped off by that time, and
veteran Kerry Collins has now completed 6 passes in a row. And he's back to fire once again. Dumps it underneath to Jordan. Flag down as Jordan tripped up at the 47 of the Eagles near a first down. Trotter another tackle. Flag in the secondary of the men in the midnight green. And if you're just joining us, this has been a constant occurrence.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 55. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
They take the catch in the first down at the Eagle 47. We're closing in on the midpoint of this final quarter. Eagles in front 20-13, and the Raiders with another drive, 7 for 7 for Collins. And he has a man wide open. It's Porter. Can't twist away from the short tackling Sheldon Brown. A gain of only about 3 on the play.
Well, you watch Sheldon Brown play and you realize something, that it's 4th year and it's time for this guy to make the trip to Honolulu. Everybody else in the Eagles secondary last year voted to a Pro Bowl. Lito Shepard, Michael Lewis, Brian Dawkins. Sheldon was the guy that was left out, and he deserves it. This is an extraordinary group that they've assembled here in the secondary in Philadelphia. These guys can play.
Collins on a string of 8 straight completions. Make it 9, and Jordan 30, 25, and the big man from Maryland close to the 20 before Roderick Hood could get him down. Well thrown pass again.
That was a beautiful pass. But right over his outside shoulder. Look at that ball, just perfectly placed.
One time that Jeremiah Trotter couldn't get to the man.
Well, he's got to cover a lot of ground, but when the ball is thrown that perfectly, and Jeremiah, he's a run stuffer. You get him trying to run downfield with Lamont Jordan, that favors the Raiders all the way.
Justin Fargas at tailback, his 2nd appearance of the game. He gets the call. Starts left, goes right inside the 20-yard line, a gain of a couple. Paul Grassmanis, who was activated today, they had originally, Andy Reid put him on the sidelines for the game, but the injury to Darwin Walker on Friday, Walker the starting tackle, and so Grassmanis seeing some action, former Notre Damer in his 10th year. Fargas stays in, Crockett at fullback. Good protection to the end zone, incomplete. Oh, what a save by Brian Dawkins. Courtney Anderson had a step on him, and Dawkins able to deflect it, incomplete.
I think he might be raising his finger because that's about all he got on it. Brian Dawkins saves the day. This is 6 points for the Raiders, and at the last minute he extends and gets his right hand, and just barely knocks it away. Well, we've seen that for the last 10 years out of Brian Dawkins.
Dawkins a star in so many ways. Pass defense, he'll blitz you, forces fumbles, interceptions, 3rd down and 8. Blitz. The throw to Jordan. Incomplete. And it was Dawkins again, even though he had his back to the play, had the sense to turn and leap at the right time. And Jordan unable to pull it down, as having to throw off his back foot was Collins under pressure.
Well, they knew, these guys in the Eagles secondary, they know the blitz is on. So they know the ball is going to be in the air. It's impossible for the Raiders to have picked up everybody. So they know the ball is going to, it alters the way they play. Pressure, pressure, pressure from the Eagles.
Janikowski, 2 short field goals and now a 37-yarder. And it is no good. His second miss. He missed from 49 earlier, hit the upright.
Starting from your own 2-yard line. What a horrible way to finish this drive. This is frustrating for the Raiders all the way down their roster. That hurts.
Look, anyone can try out, but not just anyone can make it. You better get that label straight. I don't tolerate imperfections.
Why'd you replace that, Beer Smith? Because Miller Lite has great taste. Yes, sir.
You see, with great taste comes great responsibility. Tell me those aren't socks and sandals, Klein. A beer with character deserves a man with character. We have to reflect that.
Part of your life. Fidelity Investments. Smart move.
Is that your new Sprint phone?
Uh-huh. With Sprint's new fair and flexible plans, no one can tell me what to do. I can talk when and how I want. It's my little way of sticking it to the man.
But you are the man.
I know.
So you're sticking it to yourself.
Maybe.
Sprint's new fair and flexible plans. With no huge overages or roaming charges, you control your plan. It doesn't control you. Plans start at just $29.99 a month. Sprint. Yes, you can.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Fidelity Investments. Smart move. Universal Pictures Serenity, in theaters Friday. And by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
And so the Raiders have to be more than perplexed. They've been inside the 20-yard line of the Eagles twice here in the 4th quarter. Did kick a short field goal, 26, and then miss on that 37-yarder by Janikowski, who has missed more field goals in 3 games than he did all of last year. Westbrook to the 30, and a quick whistle as Westbrook never down, but the whistle stops play. And Sebastian Jay is not happy either. A reminder tonight on 60 Minutes, a chilling account from an American hostage who lived through 10 months of torture, captivity in Iraq. Plus, Ed Bradley will interview the Yankees' Derek Jeter on 60 Minutes tonight. That'll be after the 2nd game of our doubleheader. Many of you will see New England at Pittsburgh. Check your local listings for the other doubleheader games. Lamar Gordon gives Westbrook a blow. That's Perry, the fullback, into the flat. Underneath, incomplete, intended for Owens. And it was Danny Clark diving in front to deny.
Well, Sebastian Janikowski is not off to a great start here in the 05 season. His first field goal, boy, plenty of distance, but just right into the upright. A total rejection. And then this one here really hurts because the Raiders started on their own 2-yard line in the 4th quarter. Showed a lot of spirit, a lot of effort in driving all the way down to the 20-yard line of the Eagles, and all they get out of that is a good workout. No points.
And chewed up a lot of time, down to 4.5 minutes remaining. And in comes Ed Jasper to say hello to his ex-teammates, drafted by Philadelphia back in '97. Was he drawn offside?
Well, let's talk about it.
Encroachment, defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty.
So the team
still 3rd down.
that consistently leads the NFL in penalties and penalty yards. They're over, well, 79 yards on 10 penalties. They're well over 300 yards in 3 games in penalties.
And Andy Reid now just gets to go from that point on his play calling sheet from 3rd and 8 down to 3rd and 2.5 or 3, and boy, that's a whole different page. That's
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Owens comes out of the huddle, lined up tight on the right side. And the quick throw in the flat, incomplete, intended for L.J. Smith, the tight end. Nnamdi Asomugha made the play.
Yeah, again, and this is what the Eagles offense is. This is a team that throws the ball twice as much as they run it. You'd think that'd be a running down, chew up the clock, protect your lead, but the Eagles are what they are.
Dirk Johnson, and a short kick off the side of the foot, and it's going to be grabbed by Mark Semino down inside the 35-yard line. A 31-yard punt. 4:17 to go. Raiders with a ball, down by a touchdown.
A soaring eagle gathers no moss.
Did you feel that? Something is coming. A force from overseas, perhaps? A new competitor? Or change itself? Can't you feel it?
Feel what, Sir Arthur?
Am I alone in this?
Change is coming. IBM Business Consulting helps you manage it.
Can inspiration change your mood? Can luxury feel intimate and stylish? Yes. Can a 340 horsepower Hemi make it move like this, look like this, cost less than you'd expect, and still turn heads easily? The 2006 Chrysler 300.
Low monthly payments now available to qualified lessees of 2006 Chrysler 300. See your local dealer today for details.
Chrysler, inspiration comes standard.
You've waited, you've dreamed, and now it's finally back. Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster. The only time of year to enjoy all the shrimp you can eat. Don't miss Endless Shrimp right now, only at Red Lobster.
The crew of Serenity's newest passenger just might be more than they can handle.
So where's it writ that we gotta lay down our lives for her?
You want to run this ship?
Yes.
Well, you can't.
Serenity, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
10 families of 4 in an 11,000-mile race brings new meaning to the phrase, are we there yet?
We're loud, we're obnoxious.
We're right, and you think you're wrong. We're young adults. We're very athletic, very healthy.
I'm gonna puke.
Are you really?
Emmy winner The Amazing Race, new family edition, premieres CBS Tuesday.
This might surprise some of you. In the last 4 seasons, plus this one, Kerry Collins and Jake Plummer, Peyton Manning, only second to Aaron Brooks in comebacks in the fourth quarter or overtime. Can he do it today? Plenty of time, 4:17, 2 timeouts left for the Raiders. Blitz on, the throw incomplete. There's Lito Shepard knocking it away from Jerry Porter. What a draft that was, Dan. 3 years ago, they get Shepard and Brown, their 2 starting corners, and safety Michael Lewis, all in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, with a first rounder and a pair of number 2s. I'd say that's a lot of production. Kerry Collins has really had a good day, Dick, throwing the ball. 21 of 36, 270 yards. He's got a touchdown, no interceptions, which means he hasn't thrown a pick all year.
Porter had a step that time on Sheldon Brown, but one of the few misses by Collins.
Well, but that's kind of deceiving because when Collins is looking at Porter, directly in his line of sight is Sheldon Brown. That would have taken a perfect moonbeam to drop right over the top of number 24 and come in.
Eagles are best in the league on third down defense, 22% prior to today. 2 for 12 on the afternoon.
And that's where those numbers for Collins can be a little deceiving because on third down, they're not moving the chains.
Randy Moss, bottom of the screen. Timeout. The Raiders use their second timeout.
Get it.
And inspiration replaced the typical small car with something that lives a little larger, more space, more function, more sizzle. America's best small car alternative just got a little better. The Chrysler PT Cruiser.
Now during Employee Pricing Plus, get a 2005 PT Cruiser for just $12,663.
We're having fun out in the sun. We're such a great team. Being a dad is awesome.
Dad, you're the greatest. Hey.
Wow, that looks cool.
What?
Make your ideal trip a reality on Expedia with extra savings when you book your flight and hotel together.
Expedia.com. NCIS, CBS Tuesday. Everybody's watching.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, one taste and you get it. And by Expedia, where you can make your ideal trip a reality.
Norv Turner looks out at 3rd and 10, one of the big plays of the game, with 4:08 left, and the Eagle defense digs in, showing blitz. Penalty flag down, and we probably, have a full start. With the noise and showing all.
Prior to the ball being snapped, false start on the offense, number 18. 5-yard penalty, still
Of all
third down.
people, Randy Moss guilty of the false start. 84 yards now in penalties against Oakland, 11 calls. 3rd and 15.
Well, the receiver isn't working off the snap count anyway. All he's looking at is the ball waiting to be snapped.
Four-man rush this time. Actually, a three-man rush. Collins deep to Moss, and that's a first down and more. He's at the 45, the 40, and almost kicked free. He would have gone all the way. What a play. 3rd and 15, and Moss up with an all-star catch.
And right in the middle of the field and right in a lot of congestion. This time he's working with Lito Shepherd.
Runner was down by contact.
Shepherd playing his zone. It's not his job to run with Moss altogether. But look at Randy Moss breaking some. Now there's something you don't see every day. In the middle of the field in traffic, breaking tackles.
31-yard catch and run. 5 catches and 86 yards for Moss. And more importantly, a first down at the Eagle 39. Pump fake by Collins. Running out of room. Throws it away. Clock 3:16 remaining. 2nd and 10. Raiders need a touchdown, extra point to tie it up. Collins over 300 yards passing.
Well, I think he's trying to go for Randy Moss right off the bat. You can see right there that Lito Shepherd turns him loose because he knows he's got Brian Dawkins over the top. And right now in this situation, if you're an Eagle safety, it all begins and ends with you do not allow number 18 under any circumstances to get beyond you.
He won't be throwing to Moss here. Moss just went to the sidelines. Collins eludes the rush. Lobs it downfield. It's going to be, not intercepted. Michael Lewis had a beat on it. Couldn't quite pull it in. Oh, a dangerous throw from Collins, who has not been intercepted this season.
Well, Michael Lewis tried to will this ball into staying in the air just a little bit longer. Just stay up there long enough to get to me. The ball just ran out of gas. That would have been a sensational grab by Lewis if he could have made the play.
Randy Moss returns to the Raider huddle. It's 3rd and 10.
And you're right there. Collins was very lucky there.
Moss, far right. Down the middle. Caught by Anderson. The tight end goes up and spears another, and a first down inside the 25.
Well, this ball from Kerry Collins is high. I mean, it is up in the air, and keep in mind, this is a 6'7" guy going up after that. Oh, fingertips alone, and then he re-grips. That is some play by the big tight end. Just a second-year kid out of San Jose State, 6'7", 270. Give me a break.
99 yards now for Courtney Anderson on 5 grabs. First down at the 22. Eagles lead by 7. Another flag. No, 2 flags.
False start offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Robert Gallery, a penalty again on Gallery, the right tackle. The 3rd time he's been whistled. Once on a 15-yard personal foul.
This game is so hard without making mistakes. To just make it that much more difficult by the simple little pre-snap penalties. So hard to win on the road when you play like that. There aren't many teams good enough to overcome that from a talent standpoint.
This first half of our CBS doubleheader, a good one and more to follow. New England and Pittsburgh, the big game. Most of you will see as Collins on 2nd and 10. Steps up, throws to the end zone, a man open, touchdown. Doug Gabriel. Doug Gabriel's first touchdown. His first catch came today off the injured list, and a perfect strike from Kerry Collins.
Well, watch the move. Doug Gabriel here. That's Roderick Hood out and up. The classic out and up, but Hood knows he's got help coming from a safety. But Michael Lewis is way late getting there. Hood's playing like Lewis is in his hip pocket. Lewis late to react to the outside.
For the tie, and Janikowski does deliver. And with 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in this 4th quarter, it's even at 20. 65-yard drive engineered by Kerry Collins in 7 plays. A 27-yard strike for the score to Doug Gabriel, a 3rd-year receiver out of Central Florida.
And again, we must remind you, if you weren't with us, David Akers, the field goal kicker for the Eagles, is injured, incapable of attempting a long field goal. So here in a tie ball game like this, without a lot of time left for the Eagles, they've got to be thinking either something from inside the 10-yard line or a touchdown.
On the other hand, the field goal kicker for the Raiders has been a factor. He has missed 2 short field goals. Well, 1 short, 37, and 1 from 49 yards, or the Raiders would be in front.
But at least he's healthy. And if it comes down to a long field goal, at least they can attempt it with a reasonable chance of making it.
Eagles have all 3 timeouts to spend, plus the 2-minute timeout. So plenty of time for them as Dexter Wynn drifts back to along with Roderick Hood for the kickoff from Janikowski. Such parity in the National Football League. Here, the Raiders desperate at 0-2. They played better than losing their first 2, but have self-destructed, and now here they are against one of the favorites this year to go all the way to the Super Bowl. Janikowski buries it in the end zone. Touchback Hood at the 20-yard line.
Well, let's take a look at our CBS ISO. The right is the actual play-by-play camera. Upper left, we've got Doug Gabriel ISO'd, and down below in the lower left, let's watch this offensive line work and give Kerry Collins protection. 3 looks at the play simultaneously. But again, that move by Doug Gabriel, that out and up and a late safety reaction by Philadelphia results in the tying score.
Well, Michael Gluck and Butch Beard up here said, they get it now. The I of the CBS SO for isolated.
ISO.
Okay. Well, then now you guys know what we're talking about. Now the Eagles from the 20-yard line. Lewis to the left. Westbrook in the backfield. And McNabb goes to work. He screens it. Westbrook, 25. Still on his feet. 30 into the 33-yard line. And let's not forget the fumble on a deep play by L.J. Smith here in this 4th quarter that was recovered by the Raiders at the 2-yard line that saved the score. What a game it's been. 20-20, 2:00 left.
Can inspiration be comfortable? Can you navigate the world with ease? Yes. Does uncommon luxury and roominess play a role? Yes. Can it combine that with confidence? With a 5-star front crash test rating? Absolutely. The 2006 Chrysler 300.
Low monthly payments now available to qualified lessees of 2006 Chrysler 300. See your local dealer today for details.
Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
Orders received and understood. Search and destroy.
We got movement up ahead.
What the hell's down here?
Doom, rated R.
Starts out cold, ends up refreshing. Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the NFL.
CSI puts the new in New York. New style. New stories. New season.
We need to talk.
New York. CSI New York season premiere, CBS Wednesday.
That's the Eagles all-pro kicker David Akers, suffering from a hamstring, tried to play on the opening kickoff, aggravated it, and has been able to come in on extra points in the second half, although he did not on the first Eagle touchdown. That's the difference in the game as McNabb on first down. Plenty of time underneath and wide open again is Westbrook. He's been the star, and with that catch, he's over 200 total yards in the game.
Well, the Eagles have 20 points, even though they have scored 3 touchdowns. And this is where the missing point comes from. Mark Semino, who kicked one against the 49ers, drilled one really low right into the back of one of his own players, Steven Spock. And that right now is one of the most glaring differences in this game. 3 touchdowns should be 21, not 20.
2 of those touchdowns scored by Brian Westbrook, who made that last catch. 208 total yards for Westbrook in the game. McNabb being chased and hit as he throws, incomplete. Warren Sapp getting his 300 pounds in gear and almost with a sack of McNabb.
Well, that's that same play action that the Eagles have run a couple times today. It takes a long time, and this time working against Artis Hicks, Warren Sapp busted that play single-handedly.
Sapp with an interception on a deflected pass earlier in the game. 2nd and 10 from the 50. 1:48 showing on the clock. Empty backfield. Nab. And whether that was a design draw or whether or not he just decided to take it off himself, we don't know.
I can't imagine that it would be a design draw. Not the way that Donovan's a little gimpy out there today.
DeLawrence Grant covers him. Gain of 1.
And right now the Eagles are letting a lot of time click off the clock by going back into a huddle.
They have all 3 timeouts. 3rd and 9 at the 49 of Oakland. He fires complete at the 36-yard line to Greg Lewis, and that's a first down.
And that is all on their offensive line. What a job they did of snuffing the Oakland pass rush. There was no pass rush. That was talk about giving a quarterback unlimited amount of time to survey the field. Look at this. Look how long, and he didn't even have to throw it then. You're asking the impossible of your secondary to cover somebody for this long. There's absolutely nothing in terms of pressure.
That offensive line doing a great job. And Juan Castillo, the offensive line coach, one of the fine young coaches in the league. Let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
Dick and Dan, Patriots lead You see that game coming up, doubleheader day.
And of course, it was the Patriots beating the Steelers in the AFC Championship game to go on to their third Super Bowl victory. They draw first blood in the Steel City from the 36-yard line. McNabb again. Look at the protection. Look at the time. And a flag finally goes down. And one of the reasons he had that time is one of the big boys up front had to hold on. Owens, he wanted it down deep, didn't he?
Well, does a guy like Owens never not want it down? Well, he looked like he was. It looked like his hand was being grabbed by Asamoah. Did you see that?
Or he was grabbing the defender's hand.
I could. Although I don't know why he would want to pull the defender along with him.
Big Trey Thomas, a 3-time Pro Bowler. He's ticketed with a hold. The clock important now. We're in the final minute. And they penalty out to the 46 of the Raiders. 1st and 20.
You saw how many penalties and how many yards. 170 yards and penalties for both these teams combined today.
Terrell Owens in the slot on the left side, actually playing as the tight wide receiver. Pass complete to Owens. He bobbled it as he hit the ground, but recovers as Kirk Morrison made the tackle short of the first down. Dick Enberg, along with Dan Deerdorf, Armand Catan here in Philadelphia. The Raiders struck first 7-0, and then it was the Eagles taking charge, and here in the second half had a 20-10 lead. But the Raiders with 10 points, the last coming on a 27-yard touchdown pass. Kerry Collins to Doug Gabriel to tie the game, and with 44 seconds left, it's Donovan McNabb trying to drive the Eagles into scoring range. That might seem easy. It isn't, because the top kicker, many would feel, in the NFC, David Akers, has an aggravated hamstring injury and is unable to kick off, nor is he available for long field goals. Meanwhile, let's go back to New York and Greg Gumbel for this NFL update.
Dick and Dan, here's how it came to an end of the Meadowlands from 36 yards out. Byron Leftwich to the veteran Jimmy Smith, watched the tightrope back down the sidelines, made it into the end zone. 26-20, Jacksonville a winner. The Jags are 2-1.
Ageless Jimmy Smith,
the old man.
2nd down and 5 for McNabb and the Eagles. 44 seconds on the clock, and McNabb going for a touchdown to Lewis. Incomplete, off his fingertips as Nnamdi Asomugha there to cover.
And again, the play calling by the Eagles has to favor going for the end zone. Just working your way into field goal range is not good enough. The Eagles had all 3 of their timeouts at the start of this drive. They've had to use 2, and Donovan realizes how close he was to winning the game right there. David Akers checking out the game on the scoreboard. I don't know where they would potentially try one, Dick, with Akers as badly as he's hurt.
3rd down and a long 5. Empty backfield. McNabb over the middle. Complete. Owens. Terrell Owens to the 17-yard line. 1st down, Eagles. They call a timeout. Their second, 30 seconds showing. So much happening around the NFL. Let's go right back to New York for this update.
All right, Dick, in Pittsburgh, to put you back to Dick and Dan.
All right, Greg, and Terrell Owens with that catch, and that was the Eagles' last timeout. So 17-yard line, the spot. 31 seconds on the clock. Are they within range of Akers on a bad leg?
Well, he barely able to muscle over an extra point. I can't say as whether I would think he's too far away. And keep in mind that Donovan McNabb appears to be hobbled a little bit by the sore groin, so his taking off and running with the football not as much of a threat as maybe it ordinarily would be. But right now, with no timeouts remaining, anything, a run or any sort of a completed pass, a lot of urgency on the part of this Philadelphia offense to get back up to the line of scrimmage and let McNabb spike the ball.
50 passes thrown by McNabb today, 344 yards, a couple of touchdowns. And he's back, warming up that right arm again, looking, and throws it away. Coming back to help out was Reggie Brown, the rookie wide receiver. And here comes another flag. They have painted the turf yellow today.
And this one is down around the 7-yard line.
Defense number 21. 5-yard penalty, automatic.
Asamoah called for defensive hold.
So this moves the Eagles 5 yards closer. Refreshes the downs, although that's not as much important right now as the yardage. And you got to wonder if maybe they're not creeping in on where they might send Akers out there.
Right now it'd be about a 30-yard, maybe 29-yard field goal attempt. Westbrook has been a huge player for the Eagles today, over 200 total yards. He's in the backfield with McNabb. The pump fake, the throw over the middle to Owens. He's got it at the 5-yard line.
All right, now hustle up there. Hustle up and spike the ball.
15-14, and McNabb does just that. With 12 seconds, he kills the clock. Oh, this talk about coming down the wire.
Kick it right now.
And Akers comes in, bad hamstring and all. Now here is one of the problems with a bad hamstring. He has kicked a couple extra points, but they've both been very low. And the Raiders possess one of the best kick blockers in the NFL in 6'8" Langston Walker. He lines up right over center. He's blocked 5 kicks in the last 2 years. Number 66 to win it, Akers. It is good. He had plenty on that one. 23 yards, and the Eagles claim the lead 23-20 with 9 seconds left.
And he can hardly walk off the field. His hamstring hurts so bad. It's his plant leg, the right leg, the hamstring. This is, you don't often say, what a heroic performance by a kicker. That doesn't happen every day.
I've never heard you use those 2 words in the same sentence.
It doesn't come out very easily. But David Akers, if you've been with us all day, this is a guy who crumpled into a mass on the opening kickoff of the game because his right hamstring hurts so badly. And Norv Turner has to be going, am I really going to lose a game to a kicker who's kicking on one leg?
A lame kicker. In fact, Mike Bartstrom will kick off because Akers can't do that. That's where he really aggravated it. And the kicks have been very short, understandably. Most of the game, the Raiders have come up with the ball 40-yard line or better on the kickoffs. Second half of our doubleheader coming up on CBS. Many of you will join the action in progress. That New England-Pittsburgh game already tied at 7. Bartram, who is their long snapper. There's the bounder up the middle. Chris Carr. Time running out. Carr chased by a posse of Eagles, and that'll be the game.
Boy,
23-20. What a win for the Eagles here in Philadelphia.